Yeah. Simply ball dropping. What's up, family? K-Sap, we up. Ain't no stopping. I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve, making you haters believe I'm the MVP. Ask Mr. V and R&B, they do all sports, whether it's on the field or the court, from the arena to the ring. What? You wanna swing? I rope a dope like the one on this boxing thing. That's a punchline. I'm the greatest of all times. Got something on your mind? Hit us up on the line. For that round table talk, ask B Hunt and Sheena and K-Sap too. For their views on iTunes, Marriage Chronicles for you lovers. Oh, I'm married to the game. The championships, the only time I wanna ring. K-Sap, the man behind the mic. Check 1, 2. It ain't a rap until I say it's a rap. Just fall through, pull up the hottest pod smoking. Yeah, I got you open. This freestyle brought to you by James Ford. Paid promotion. Yeah, simply ball dropping. You know what time it is. Pull up, chop it up with your family, man. K-Sap, what up?
Yo, what up?
What we talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
James Ford.
Y'all get up in here.
Let me talk to him. Let's get
it. We ain't gonna be long tonight, man. We gonna get in and get out. We ain't gonna tolerate no shenanigans tonight.
Hey, let me put you on game.
Y'all come on and get in the chat. Let's go.
Talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your top picks. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio, stereo, pump it high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man, I got something to say. I'm
simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man, I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man, I'm simply ball dropping.
Yo, what up? We back in here. We got some things we're gonna talk about today, man. We're gonna talk about the Chi-Town Barbie, Angel Reese. Let's talk about her. Hey, she's becoming the new face. Chicago Sky's management thinks she's becoming the new face of the Chicago Sky and potentially the WNBA. So what we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Angel Reese, man, the things that Angel Reese has been doing, her rookie campaign. I know it's only halfway through the season. Angel Reese is doing some things that a lot of people didn't think that Angel Reese was capable of doing. Angel Reese, she 15 consecutive double-doubles. She went on a double-double streak. A lot of people got in their feelings and started talking about, that double-double streak wasn't nothing. It wasn't important. They say she was stat padding and all kinds of things. But Angel Reese has done some impressive things over the first half of the season in her rookie campaign. Now, Angel Reese, she's in that Rookie of the Year race alongside Caitlin Clark. A lot of media personnel have weighed in on this Rookie of the Year. A lot of people, got it one side going to Caitlin Clark. A lot of people got it going to Angel Reese. Now, recently, I just saw Jaylen Brown, the Finals MVP from the Boston Celtics in the NBA championship. He weighed in. He said racking up double-doubles was enough to earn Brown's seal of approval. He's thinking that, that Angel Reese should be the Rookie of the Year. I mean, I know a lot of people weigh in. I know a lot of people have their, say in, like their opinion don't matter. Who are they? A lot of people get upset when They say that Angel Reese is the rookie of the year. A lot of people say there's no comparison between her and Caitlin Clark. But I like to say that sometimes I was having this conversation, man, with a buddy of mine, and he likes Caitlin Clark, and also he likes Angel Reese, man, and he basically came out and said that the WNBA is using Caitlin Clark as a prop. So what y'all think about that? The WNBA is using Caitlin Clark as a prop. And when he was talking about a prop, he was like, they trying to use Caitlin Clark to market everything. And sometimes that ain't the best way of going about things. Because Angel Reese's play on the basketball court is getting rave reviews from the WNBA players across the league. Now, you heard what Asia Wilson said. She was mic'd up talking about, man, I don't want to guard no Angel Reese. So a lot of people that say that Angel Reese is not, capable of, commanding the double team and, the opposing team's best defenders. I mean, Asia Wilson stated it. She said she's a hard cover. So we got to give props to, Angel Reese for the things that she's doing. Norma Rice said, Chi-Town Barbie, Angel Reese. Yeah. Where y'all at in the chat, man? See, we talking about Angel Reese, man. A lot of things have come out in the media. I know that the WNBA is on break right now from the All-Star game and the Olympic break. But Angel Reese is making headlines, man. She dropped a few swimsuits out there in Paris. She's been out there supporting people in Paris. She supported, Sha'Carri Richardson. A lot of people, is still talking about this Rookie of the Year debate, man. And, the last show that we did, we was talking about Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird. And there was one YouTube channel that got upset that Megan Rapinoe, poked fun at Caitlin Clark's turnovers. But the Chicago Sky's upper management thinking that, Angel Reese is becoming the face of the Chicago Sky and potentially the face of the WNBA. There's other theories out there stating that Caitlin Clark might be the face of the NBA, but for people that are just joining in, I was having this conversation with a buddy of mine, and he's a huge Caitlin Clark fan. He likes what Caitlin Clark brings to the table. But he said, man, I think they're using my girl as a prop. So when Asia Will said that, I believe she was playing around. So Big Bang Theory, you think when Asia Wilson was saying that, so there's no truth to it, you just thought she was playing around? But a buddy of mine was, saying, man, they're using my girl as a prop. And I said, what you mean they're using her as a prop? He was like, man, they trying to use Caitlin Clark to market everything in the WNBA, but it's backfiring on them. It's not really working. And he's saying that a lot of people are just attaching Caitlin Clark's name to a lot of stuff that don't even mean nothing. And I got to thinking, I said, well, he's on YouTube heavy, looks at a lot of YouTube things, man. He says, man, he just sees a lot of stuff out there that has Caitlin Clark's name attached to it, and it don't mean nothing. So that's what he meant by using Caitlin Clark as a prop. And I think a lot of people have got headwind of that because that Caitlin Clark train on YouTube is kind of slowing down. The numbers are not speaking for themselves no more. It's kind of slowing down when you're just attaching Caitlin Clark's name to a lot of bull jive that don't mean nothing. But, with the new news out there now, with Angel Reese becoming, the face of the Chicago Sky, and, she was in all of the comments about the new facility and things like that. But, like I said, she's out there outside of basketball, she's turning heads. She had that jaw-dropping swimsuit photo. It's crazy. Like, she's feeling relentless during the WNBA season in the Olympic break, man. But she says she's missing game day. But a lot of people think that, she is, even though they got Kennedy Carter, their upper management feels that, she's the face of the Chicago Sky. With the things that she's doing, with the season that she's having so far, nobody thought she was capable of doing the things that she's doing now, coming into the league, because the only thing that she was known for was her great rebounding tenacity, right? But now she's putting a little scorn with it. Even though she's not blocking shots, everybody's trying to compare her block shots to Caitlin Clark, but that's apples to oranges. Angel Reese is down in the trenches guarding everybody, so she's a great defender. I think she's a better on-ball defender than she is down in the low post. She can stop a lot of people from penetrating and getting to the rack. I just think when, she's down there banging and banging, some of the experienced players that she's playing against, they get off shots on her and they score. But when she's asked to go out on the perimeter and keep people from getting to the rim, I think that's where she excels. I think she's a better on-ball defender than what she does down in the paint. But still, she's putting up great numbers right now. She's averaging 13.5 points a game, 12 rebounds, still leads the WNBA in rebounding at 12 a game. Also, she's still leading in offensive rebounding. She's not, asked to facilitate the way she can facilitate when she was at the University of Maryland, even in her high school playing days when, she was averaging about 5 or 6 assists a game. She's down to like 2 assists a game, but she's still getting steals. She's averaging 1.5 steals a game. So I think that she's doing real good. What up, Bible Boy? Shout out to Bible Boy, one of my moderators that entered the building. She probably was serious, but she also was being playful. I understand what you're saying, Bangs Theory, but when a lot of players make remarks like that, I think it's a testament to who they're playing against, and they're giving them credit. And the reason why I say that, if you watch boxing, when somebody gets hit and you don't think that punch really is affecting them, they'll start shaking their head to acknowledge, like, yeah, you got me. That hurt a little bit, but they shake their head off. J. Hove Sugar said, this has been true for a while. I went to 2 home games so far, and Reese is the last name they call in the stadium introduction. That's what I'm saying. And I think the Sky's management, had an article. They put an article out there that she's becoming the new face of the Chicago Sky. And that's how they treat people that are the new face. They always get they're the last person to come out the tunnel. So I think that's a true statement, J. Hope Sugar. I'm glad you pointed that out. Norma Rice, she's been a balling marketing queen and is the face of the Chicago Sky. And that's what we're talking about, man. Regardless of what people might say about Angel Reese and what her ability is on the basketball court, but she's doing great things, man. And she's real marketable. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, coming out of college, the reason why she got them NIL deals the way she did, because she's a marketable individual. And I think that's why, Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson took a chance on her with Reebok, because she's marketable. And, she's easy on the eyes. She has some style and swag and charisma about herself. And I think she's doing well, man. Outside of there, the shot, went from the Bayou Barbie to the Chi-Town Barbie. Now, she calls her fans the Reese's Pieces. So she's trying to get a deal with with Reese's Pieces. That's good marketing strategy. Anything that she can attach her name to, a lot of people are going to pick up on. Exactly. Wait till she hit. I can see Angel Reese, hitting the movie scenes. I can see it because, before the draft, she was in the music videos with Lotto and them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she has a presence, man. She has an aura about herself. Yeah, she is just scratching the surface. She is just scratching the surface, man. So, I totally agree with what everybody's saying, man. But, I just think at this time, man, I just think she's becoming the face of the Chicago Sky. And potentially, you can say what you want to say about Caitlin Clark. Kudos to her, shout out to her for doing the things that she's doing. But Angel Reese can easily, in the coming years, can be the face of the WNBA. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, that's my personal opinion, man. And also, man, you got to look at the things that, during this break, she went over to Paris to support the team. And what I like about her going over there supporting the team, she didn't try to get in the way. She didn't try to upshine nobody. She was there to support the United States Olympic team. But now you see all these videos because of the first game that the United States played against Japan, and a lot of people said the viewership was low. So what did they start doing? They started putting Caitlin Clark in the mix. Like, it was the Caitlin Clark effect. The reason why nobody's watching the game is because Caitlin Clark was snubbed off of the Olympic team. That's a bunch of baloney, man. That's a narrative that these Caitlin Clark fans spared and sprued on. And, I disagree with everything that they say about that, man. The Olympics is going to be what it's going to be. I mean, they just took time. That was the focus. If you guys really think that was the focus of people wanting to see how many people was going to watch the Olympic team. You see what I'm saying? They wanted to see how many people was going to watch the Olympic team. It's just not the United States that are playing by themselves. They playing other opponents. So I don't know why people was saying that was the Caitlin Clark effect. Caitlin Clark had nothing to do with that. That team has been on a 52, 53, 54 game win streak since 1992. So 96. So you got to leave that alone. So, but I think what Angel Reese did, Angel Reese is not trying to get caught up in all that. She's not getting caught up in all that. Angel Reese is going about, doing things the way she's going to do it. And I think that's why the Chicago Skies think highly of her. And I think, coming up in this, next year's draft, I think they're trying to build around Angel Reese, man. And that's why I think they traded Mabry. I think they're trying to build around Angel Reese and, let her know that we got your back. We support you. And I just think if Carmilla Cardoso gets healthy, them two can be a rebounding machine down there. And offensively, they can do things. But the two new girls that they traded for, some of the practices, they in there shining. They fitting right in with the team. But I just think that, Angel Reese as a whole is doing great things. And that's why I think there's still these people coming out of the woodwork saying that Angel Reese could potentially win this Rookie of the Year, regardless of what people are saying about Caitlin Clark. A lot of people are giving kudos to Angel Reese. A lot of people are giving kudos to Angel Reese, and a lot of people feel the same way I feel when Angel Reese came into the WNBA. They didn't think she was going to be capable of doing the things that she's doing, and she's doing it. That's the impressive thing. Like, a lot of people always talking about what translates best. And what she was known for in college was her rebounding, and that translated over to the WNBA. That has translated over. But what we see with Caitlin Clark, the one thing that she did great was shooting that three ball, and that hasn't translated as of yet. Now, like I said about Angel Reese, the numbers that she has put up has been tremendous. You know what I'm saying? The numbers that she's going out there displaying every night. Like I said, people wanted to poke fun of. I did a video about the hate that she was getting when she was on her double-double streak, how people was using racial undertones, and it was a horde of racists coming out, calling her out her name outside of basketball for what she was doing on the basketball court. And that's what bothered me, because that right there upset a lot of fans these Caitlin Clark fans. That upsetted a lot of these Caitlin Clark fans about, her going on this streak. And it just spewed a lot of hate, man. It spewed a lot of hate. Angel playing night after night against the best bigs in the W. That's right, James Wilson. See, nobody gives her credit for that. Everybody wants to sweep that under the rug about who she's going up against. She's going up against these wily WNBA veterans that know how to play the low post, that do more than just score around the basket. They can take you off the dribble. They can shoot the mid-range. It was sad to see Angel Reese get no applause when they announced she was in attendance. Because, Matt, but the thing about it is she's not out there to show up the United States Olympic team. She was there for the support. So I don't think it was a big deal that they didn't show her the applause. I mean, they might have gave her a little applause, but not the applause that everybody wanted. D-Ray, they said they get one good white player every blue moon and they go berserk. Well, you know how that is, man. You know how that is, man. And it's sad because, like I said, I did the video, I did the podcast on, the Angel Reese situation when she was, doing her double-double streak and how it brought all the hate and vitriol against her for her going out there doing something that is something that she does night in and night out, to receive so much hate and racism toward her for going out there playing basketball. And that's a testament to her craft. And she had to receive that. Man, it was people calling her outside of her name, calling her a thug, calling her hood and things like that. But what really bothered me is all the hate mail. Like I said, I did the video on the hate mail that her mother was receiving just because Angel's out there playing basketball. Now, this would never happen if she wasn't compared up against Caitlin Clark. That's just my personal opinion. Everybody has an opinion, and if you don't like my opinion, well, so be it. But I just think it's to a point where it's everything that she does is being compared to Caitlin Clark. And when she gets denied, that's when you see the hate. Exactly, Edward. She got the applause. It just wasn't packed in the arena. That's why I'm not even mad at the fact that it wasn't a big applause, because it wasn't that many people in the arena. I mean, like I stated, Angel Reese, she said it, she was out there to show support. Now, a lot of people, took their vacation somewhere else, but Angel Reese went out there just to, feel the temperature, to check the atmosphere, because she wants to be a part of that one day. And she was out there supporting the Olympic team. It wasn't no negative videos on her. Angel Reese goes out there to shows up the United States Olympic team. Now, if Caitlin Clark would have been out there, it'd have been all kinds of videos from these Caitlin Clark fans, sparing the narrative like Caitlin Clark dominates the headlines because she's in the Olympics. Nah, we're not going to take it there. She got her applause in the Liberty game. And also, she got a big applause in the All-Star game, too. So, you guys, y'all got to remember that. She got a big applause in the All-Star game, too. But this Angel Reese, man, see, a lot of people don't want to talk about the Chi-Town Barbie. They don't want to talk about the things that the Chi-Town Barbie is capable of doing. Outside of her persona, she gives it 100% on the basketball floor. Now, when we're talking basketball, my thing is, and I've always been fair, I keep it basketball. I don't call none of these other players, outside of their name and things like that. But it seems like when Angel Reese is on top, then she gets called outside of her name, and that's coming from who? That's coming from the Caitlin Clark fans. And I'm glad that the guy wrote the article exposing the Caitlin Clark fans for their racist and vitriol. Oh yeah, she'll be around for a long time, man. But like the article stated, nobody never gave Moses Malone anything bad to say about him getting his own rebounds. RS, I delusional, emotional, crybaby CC fans. But when we point that out, we got to be the bad people. We got to be the bad people. What's really funny to me is the way you and other podcasts and sports channels, etc., have been showing Reese the love she deserves. Now, all of a sudden, these Caitlin Clark podcasts are looking for stuff. See, Dre, I'm glad you pointed that out. That's what I'm saying. See, stuff like this, man, that just, makes me think that these Caitlin Clark fans sit back and try to muster up anything to put Caitlin Clark's name on it to say that she was the cause and the end all and be all. It can't be like that. And like I tell people on this channel, like, if you don't like what we're saying about Caitlin Clark, it's not just me talking Caitlin Clark. My chat comes in there and they talk about it all the time. And when some of these Caitlin Clark fans get out of line, I let the chat expose them. And that's what the chat does. The chat exposes these Caitlin Clark fans, but they'll make it seem like we're hating on Caitlin Clark. That's not the case. And I tell them, if you don't like what we're saying about Caitlin Clark when we're critiquing her game and we're keeping it basketball, we're not taking no personal shots at Caitlin Clark or anything like that. We're talking basketball. We're talking turnovers. We're talking things like that. Her shooting percentage from three, the slump that she's in from three, shooting over the last, I think, so many games at 22%. Everybody thinks we're hating on her. We're critiquing her basketball game. Ain't that what we're supposed to do? As part of the YouTube media space and what I do, I have a right to critique these basketball players. If you don't like my opinion, then so be it. I mean, we can all agree to a disagree. Exactly, Dre Stewart. I appreciate you pointing that out. James Wilson said, what's impressive about Reese is the respect she garners from players in the league, and it's incredible. Exactly. And see, that goes a long way. That's what I was trying to say about Asia Wilson and all these other players like Breonna Stewart, Leah Edwards, even Aaliyah Boston, man. They say Angel Reese is a handful, and they give her respect. I mean, and when they do that, it seems like these Caitlin Clark fans, they get in an uproar. Like, oh, she don't compare to, why they giving her credit? They don't, they just hating on Caitlin Clark. I just don't understand that. I really don't. I mean, I see a lot of comments that come up in the comments section that say that some people that post comments in the comments section, somebody will reply to it, talk about, oh, you just hating, you just another Caitlin Clark hater. Why do we got to be, what did we do to Caitlin Clark that validates that we're haters? What did we do to Caitlin Clark? See, that's what I'm saying. But Norma Rice, you got to look at it like this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You got to look at it like this. What happens is when we talk about the turnovers, everybody wants to get up in alarm about why y'all talking about her turnovers. They want to change it to, oh, y'all just hating on her. Y'all not giving her no credit. We giving her credit, man. I mean, LeBron James leads the NBA all time in turnovers. You see what I'm saying? You can still be great and turn the ball over, but just because we bringing up the turnovers don't mean that we're hating on Caitlin Clark, man. That's the thing about it. And then when we talk about what she's not doing well, the three-point shooting, they always want to turn to the assists. See, they want to change the narrative and move the goalposts. She's known for passing the ball, but she's known for her scoring, her prolific scoring. Look at all the records she broke in the NCAA. You see what I'm saying? And now that she's not scoring at a high clip, what they do is want to change the narrative and move the goalposts and say, oh, well, she's leading the WNBA in assists. Okay, she's doing that. But when we talk about Angel Reese leading the WNBA in rebounding, and that's her specialty, everybody wants to say she's stat pattern. That's what I'm talking about, D-Ray. That's what I'm talking about, D-Ray. I said that. You know, everybody made it a big thing about Angel Reese being on the bench, you know, cheering her teammates on, regardless if the play looked dirty to them or if it was just a basketball play or anything. But when I stated on several lives that nobody had a problem when Angel Reese was cheering on Caitlin Clark from the bench, when she was on the bench, nobody wanted to point that out but me. But when she's cheering her own teammates on, when they playing Caitlin Clark, it's a big issue. Thank you, James Wilson. I know. I mean, I keep it 100. RS said, Caitlin Clark fan. I think they do, man. I think it comes to a point where I think the Caitlin Clark fans do hate the truth, man. Because if you tell the truth, that means that you're giving Angel Reese more credit than what you're giving Caitlin Clark. And if you're giving Angel Reese more credit than Caitlin Clark, the fans don't like that. Todd Work said, honest question. A lot of the turnovers are because the players can't catch. Okay, Todd Work, let me address that. A turnover, that's not a turnover on Caitlin Clark. When Caitlin Clark passes the ball and her teammate gets possession of the ball and they lose the ball, the turnover is on the player that loses the ball. It's not on Caitlin Clark. Majority of Caitlin Clark's turnovers are because of some of her bad passes. Sometimes she gets the ball stolen from her at half court, and sometimes she's, think she's about 2 or 3 steps ahead of her teammates, and she's throwing the ball where she thinks the teammate is going to be, and they're not there. She does throw bonehead passes. Edward T. She throws bone. See, now that's a basketball critique because some of her passes are bonehead passes because she's that great of a passer that she thinks all her passes are going to get to her teammates the way she wants to get them there, but they be bonehead. Todd Rourke, I don't want to have. Hey, okay, Todd Rourke, I understand what you're saying about no. Go back and look at the tape, man. I look at all the games, man. I got a whole archive. I look at the whole games, and I don't know if you've been around for any of my lives because I have addressed a lot of people when Angel Reese was on her double-double streak, and they was talking about stat pattern and other teams was giving her rebounds. Now I could have made a whole video about Caitlin Clark's assists, where some of the assists that they gave her was not an assist to Caitlin Clark. So we don't even want to go there. You don't want to open up that can. She tries to swing it through traffic, which is exactly. I mean, some of her passes that she tries to make, she will try to force it in there. Now, she's not a great passer like LeBron James because some of these LeBron James passes that he make be like, man, I'd be like, wow. Just like the pass that he made the other day to Jason Tatum from out of bounds, the alley-oop, man. Like, they pinpoint passes. So, Todd Rourke, somebody's asking you, have you ever played basketball? See, that's what I'm saying. Here Buffalo go. Why is Bible Boy hating, Buffalo? Why is he hating? What happened? See, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, nobody's hating on nobody, man. We're talking about, Angel Reese and what her upper management of Chicago Sky said about her. She's becoming the face of the team and possibly the face of the WNBA. And if you just got in here, Buffalo Head, I was speaking to a buddy of mine the other day, and he's a Caitlin Clark fan, man. And, he told me, he was like, man, they using my girl as a prop. And I was like, what you mean they're using your girl as a prop? And I didn't know what he was talking about. He was like, man, they trying to put Caitlin Clark's name on everything that's attached to the WNBA. that doesn't even mount to the hill of beans. And I got to thinking, I was like, man, you said something there, because then I started looking at all these Caitlin Clark fans and these YouTube channels that want to talk about Caitlin Clark and just throw Caitlin Clark's name to anything that don't even mount to nothing. Somebody posted a comment. I'm gonna have to go back and find it. They said something about, let me see if I can find it. I got to go all the way back up. There you go. There you go, Edward T. That's the one I wanted to find. Black and White Sports Guy was pushing a narrative that the U.S. team was trying to sneak Reese on the team when she went. See, that I don't even want to talk about the Black and White YouTube channel, man, because that, I mean, I really don't know. There was a video out there surfacing of Ghost. I forgot the guy's name, Ghost on Point or something, Ghost, where he did a video, a whole reaction to Black and White Sports Channel, man. And, you know, he got his following and his subscribers programmed to a T to agree with everything that he says. If you look in the comment section, it's all because it's a Caitlin Clark fan channel and it's an Angel Reese hate channel. So they're going to agree with everything he says about Caitlin Clark. But I'm glad you pointed that out, Edward T. Glad you pointed that out. See, that's the problem that I have, man. That's the problem that I have. If you don't bow down or show Caitlin Clark any kind of respect, people think that you're a hater, and it shouldn't be that way. Yeah, RS, I didn't really want to come out and say that. See that's I feel the same way, but I didn't want to come out and say it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to do no other YouTube content creator that way. Whatever he's doing over there is working for him. But like I said, when it comes to a point when you're hating on someone so much, your subscribers and your supporters believe everything that you say. So everything's in agreement. I don't see no comments in the comment section. I don't see none of his fans going back at each other because they all agree on what he says. He got them programmed like that. Buffalo Head, stop that, man. I don't see one thing about this channel. We just don't talk about Caitlin Clark. We just don't talk about Angel Reese, man. We talk about other things, man. We talk about college football, man. We talk about the NBA. We talk about a vast majority of stuff, man. So you can't say that, Buffalo Head. But the thing about Buffalo Head, you always hear, though. So if you think this is how this channel is, but you always hear, though, like you think you're going to miss something. So basically what you're doing is you're coming into my channel and you trying to find out what I'm talking about so you can take it back to your Caitlin Clark channels and say, hey, Simply Ball Dropping was over here talking bad about Caitlin Clark. Y'all need to get on him. That's what you're here for. You only here to cause confusion, man. You only here to cause confusion. But hey.
Got him!
See, that's what I'm saying, RS. That's the emotional trolls, man. You know, you're going to get that. You're going to get that emotional trolls who can't accept the truth about their hero. Man, you said that plenty of times, Buffalo. I know you like me, man, but you know, we just keep it 100 over here, man. You know, we keep it 100, man. If you think it's hate because we're critiquing Caitlin Clark saying this is what we think she needs to do better, this is what we think she needs to cut down on the turnovers. We think she needs to, do a better job of shooting the three ball at a high clip. We think she needs to take over a game more than what she has been doing. Like I stated, I think one of her best games was in that loss to the Dallas Wings going into the All-Star break where she took over in the fourth quarter and brought them all the way back. But they did come up short. But that's the way I like to see Caitlin Clark play. Angel was the 7th pick and doing great. Caitlin, see and that's basketball talk, D, right? We can respect that because it was slated that Angel was the 7th pick and Caitlin Clark was the number 1 pick. And a lot of I don't want to bring it up. Even Skip Bayless said that Angel Reese game is translating to the WNBA. What she's done great in college has translated over to the WNBA. What Caitlin Clark did great in college hasn't translated over to the WNBA just yet. You just got to give her time. Just like when Diana Taurasi, made her statements about give her time, she's going to be all right. Everybody thought that was hate. And another thing I will address, since y'all brought up black and white sports, he made a couple videos because because of Diana Taurasi went scoreless in 2 games. He said that's the Caitlin Clark effect. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. That's the things that I'm talking about. And I think that's what a buddy of mine was, really talking about, using Caitlin Clark as a prop. Buffalo Head, let me ask you a question, man. What do you think that you saw of Caitlin Clark in the WNBA right now? What has translated from her NCAA playing days when she played at Iowa? What has translated best over to the WNBA? I'll wait. See, when people post a comment and I ask them, they go crickets. I'm waiting for your response, Buffalo Head. Exactly, Edward T. And that's what the Chicago Sky's management was saying. And that's a testament to how her work ethic is and what she brings to the table. Look what the Chicago Sky's built, that new facility. They building that new practice facility. Now, do you think that would have been possible if Angel Reese wasn't on the team? Christian, her passing ability has always been there. And see what you tried to do? You tried to move the goalposts. You tried to change the narrative because we know she can pass the ball. We talking about her scoring. Now, see, her scoring ain't going as well as what people said it was going to be. Now y'all want to move the goalposts and change the narrative. What about her passing? See what you guys do? See what y'all Caitlin Clark fans do, man? See what y'all do? What he's doing with grown women is amazing. First of all, what he's doing with grown women is amazing for a first overall pick. What who's doing with grown women? Right, so they all thought Caitlin Clark was going to come in the league and shoot 40. Exactly. That's all I'm talking about. But when I start talking about basketball and saying this stuff, people say we're hating because we're just saying what Caitlin Clark is not doing right now. Not saying she won't do it, but she's not doing it right now. And we're just saying Angel Reese is doing it right now. She has came into the league off and running, and the only thing that she's doing, she's bettering her offensive play. Her rebounding is always going to be there because it translated from college over to the pros. And if she picks her scoring up, man, Angel Reese could be an easy 20 and 12, 20 and 15 per night. She could be the next coming of an Asia Wilson if she develops that mid-range game and takes the shots that are available and adds that three-point game into her game. Oh, okay, Christian, I'm sorry. You're asking and you're learning. Yeah, she does pass the ball well, but that's what she's known for is her scoring. And that's what we're talking about. We know she can pass the ball, but what happens is since she's not scoring the ball at a high clip, Caitlin Clark fans want to change the narrative and talk about, well, let's talk about her passing. Nah, we don't want to talk about her passing. We know she can pass the ball, but what she did well in college was lit the scoreboard up with her scoring. Her passing is going to be there, but what's up with her scoring? You get some more comments up here. Angel has averaged over 20 points and 15 rebounds in the last 2 years in college. Too many people are speaking on Angel grabbing rebounds in college, but not how many points she was scoring. That okay, built hands. I kind of I'm right here with you when you said that, but it was in college. What was the narrative in college? Relentless rebounder, right? Everybody thought her scoring was sloppy, like the way she scored, right? But what's translating from Angel Reese over to the pros is that rebounding hasn't went away. Caitlin Clark's scoring has went away. Buffalo here, curious, what else you going to talk about Reese other than that's what I'm saying, Buffalo Head. That's what I'm saying. See, you right now, you all over the place, man. You reaching right now. You reaching. We talk about the fact that some of these WNBA veterans in the league don't want to guard Angel Reese because she's a handful. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what the GOAT of the WNBA right now, Asia Wilson, has said. I don't want to guard her. Let's talk about what Aaliyah Boston said. She's a handful. She's a high motor. You got to give 110% every night if you're playing against Angel Reese because she's going to beat you up and she's going to get to them boards. You got to be mentally and physically in shape to go up against Angel Reese. Her passing is underrated. She don't pass like she did because she was a point guard in high school. She don't pass the ball like she did because she's not asked to facilitate the offense. She's asked to do the dirty work. She's down in the trenches. See what I'm saying? Buffalo Head? See, I don't have to do it. I'm gonna let them ask you the question. Buffalo Head, let's talk about the defense which Caitlin Clark doesn't play. Let's talk about that. Yeah, so everybody talking about, Caitlin Clark this and Caitlin Clark that, about what has she won. She hasn't won nothing. She's won a Big Ten championship. Angel Reese got the hardware. She got the college national championship. She got the ring to show for it. And, the things that she's doing in the WNBA, I know a lot of people in the chat that are Caitlin Clark fans. Y'all didn't expect Angel Reese to be doing what she's doing. Because if you did, she wouldn't be in comparisons with y'all's girl, Caitlin Clark, and it wouldn't be a Rookie of the Year debate. And that's what bothers some of the Caitlin Clark fans, that it is a Rookie of the Year debate, and Angel Reese's name is all over it. So anything that Angel Reese has done, these Caitlin Clark fans, they're going to try to minimize it to big Caitlin Clark up just to say that she's the runaway Rookie of the Year. If she was the runaway Rookie of the Year, it wouldn't be a lot of these media outlets, these NBA players, these media personnel talking about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark as the Rookie of the Year. Some of them have them as co-Rookie of the Year. Some of them have Angel Reese ahead. Some of them have Caitlin Clark ahead. It wouldn't be a topic of a conversation if Caitlin Clark was that superior over Angel Reese. And right now, she is not superior over Angel Reese. I don't care how you slice it or dice it. There's this guy on my channel that comes in the comments. I'll say his name right now. Be nice. He thinking Caitlin Clark is just head and above or shoulders above, Angel Reese, and it ain't even close. If that was the fact, I respect his opinion. I have no problem with any comments that he said because he keeps it professional. He don't have to take a dig at you and call you out your name to get his point across. But what I'm trying to say is, if Caitlin Clark was that head and above shoulders of Angel Reese, this Rookie of the Year conversation wouldn't be a topic of discussion. Same person that make Angel cry the next year. Y'all crazy. So Matt Armstrong, I might have missed your comment. So you responded. I'm responding to the host. Okay, you said something about translate. I can't find your okay, you said despite her struggling. Okay, I'm gonna put this up here. I found it. Despite her struggles from shooting long range, she's second in the entire league in threes made, and she's on pace to break the rookie record for the most threes. Okay, Matt Armstrong, let's talk about that. So I understand what you're saying. You know, she's second in the entire league in threes made. The shooting percentage is down. What we're talking about, that's all fine and dandy that you said that, and she's on pace to break the rookie record. Angel Reese is on pace to break a lot of rookie records too. But this is what I'll say about Caitlin Clark. Now, this wasn't a topic of discussion when she was in college about her shooting was down because she was averaging damn near 30 points a game. What we're saying is her scoring really hasn't translated to the W. Okay, it's all fine and dandy that you said she's second in threes made, but with that being said, she's only averaging 17 points a game. She's only averaging 2-3 more points than Angel Reese. And Angel Reese is not known as a relentless, light the box score up scorer. We know what she is capable of doing, rebounding the ball. But any offense that they get from Angel Reese, any points that they get from Angel Reese is a huge plus. Look at her plus. Look at Angel Reese's plus minus when she's on the court compared to Caitlin Clark when she's on the court. And Angel Reese is doing this in less minutes than what Caitlin Clark is doing. See, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, RS. I don't know what else to say, RS. That's right, Dre. She's a plus 26 when she's on the court. See, a lot of people don't get into the X's and O's in basketball, and they don't get into the analytics part. But if you really, stick to the analytics, I know you can do the eye test, but if you do the analytics part, man, in basketball term wise, Angel Reese, her presence on the court is more valuable than what Caitlin Clark's is. And I don't know how else to slice and dice that. Y'all crazy. Mandel Harvey said, whenever Clark misses a three, it's a rebound long enough to be a loose ball and an easy points on the other end as the turnovers, and it's not winning basketball. And that's what they say about her turnovers, man. Some of her turnovers, if you look at some of her bad passes, they lead to fast break points as well. You know how they keep a stat, fast break points off of turnovers? Majority of the opponent's team's points come off of Caitlin Clark's turnovers because she's averaging a league high 6.6 turnovers a game. I mean, that's stuff we can't run from. If y'all want to talk about Angel Reese and stat padding, we can't run away from the turnovers of Caitlin Clark. We can't do it, man. We can't do it. Caitlin Clark was a top high school prospect who chose to go to the weakest conference in Power 5 basketball. If she went to a top-tier college, her stats would have not been as good. And see, James Wilson, a lot of people, if you go back looking at her college playing days, a lot of people had addressed that. Some of the commentators that even commentated some of her games and the opposing teams commentators was saying that. So, I mean, you're not the first person to utter them words. Man, somebody to put is that Jehovah? Is that facts? Do we got to fact check you on that? Clark is 71 for 217 from three. Wow. Hold on. Okay, Matt Armstrong. I got a lot of comments coming in, man, and I'm missing a lot of comments. That's why I say, man, if y'all put a super chat up there, them comments will populate to the top and I can get to them. I'm missing out on a lot of good conversation, man. And, I can't get to them all. You missed my original response. Did you see that I said she led the NCAA in scoring and assists for 3 straight years? She leads all rookies in scoring now. I mean, I understand that, Matt, but the thing is, man, we understand that she can pass the ball. We understand that she's leading the WNBA in assists. We're talking about her scoring. What's wrong with her scoring in the WNBA? Can you answer that for me? What's wrong with Caitlin Clark scoring in the WNBA? What's wrong with her scoring in the WNBA? And you got Kelsey Mitchell averaging damn near the same amount of points that she's averaging. Come on, man. You got Kennedy Carter averaging more points than Caitlin Clark. Come on now. Rakia Jackson. You got Jewel Lloyd. You got Arike Umbawale. Come on, man. Can we address that? Can we address what's wrong with her scoring? Somebody said logo bricks. That's what they are, logo bricks, man. Yeah, Pat, I mean, she said that. She said that the break was good. Her legs are tired, but her legs ain't the only one tired. You got to play through it. You got to play through it. Angel Reese might be the defensive player of the year. Caitlin Clark might get fruit baskets and thank you gifts for everyone she guards. Plum dropped 30 on her. See, that's what I'm talking about, Mandel. See, y'all point that stuff out. Y'all point that stuff out. That's what I'm saying. But what impressed me the most about Angel Reese and why they're so big on what she has done and the Chicago Sky is backing her is because what she's doing on the court and off the court, she's marketable. That's why the Chicago Skies think that she is becoming the face of the Chicago Sky and potentially of the WNBA because she's marketable. Shout out to Christian Affirmation for the super sticker. Appreciate that. See, when I see stuff like that, it comes straight to the board and we can get to it. Appreciate you, Christian. Hootie Mac on YouTube and all the platforms. Let me see. Candace won MVP, averaging 18 points. She left college, averaging 20 more in pros, not college. Candace Park won MVP, averaging 18 points. Bernadine Dorsey. Let me see. Bernadine Dorsey, what about the end of the Dallas game when she chose not to pass, turn the ball? See, Bernadine, I covered that. And everybody said I was hating on her. And they said that in that game, she did not lose that game. They blamed it on Christy Sides. But it was the 2 bad passes by Caitlin Clark that led to them losing to the Dallas Wings. But nobody wanted to talk about that. And then she went to slam the water bottle, and everybody said I'm nitpicking. They said everybody slams the water bottle. See, they treating her like they treated Tom Brady when he went to the sideline and he starts throwing water bottles and getting into the offensive linemen and coaches' faces. But that's intensity. But when Terrell Owens or anybody else does it, you're trying to show somebody up. Good point, Bernadine. We talked about that. I'm glad that you brought that back up. Yeah, Angel Reese plus minus, man. Her plus minus is off the chain, man. So that tells me if you know the analytics of basketball, when you're looking at plus minuses, that means what that team is doing while she's on the floor and what she's doing there, she's a plus. She's an added incentive to that basketball team when she's on the floor. And when she goes off the floor, the team drops. But when Caitlin Clark is on the floor, her plus minus means that she's really not contributed to the team. Oh, she didn't have plenty. See, that's what people don't understand about Caitlin Clark, man. She got grit in her. She got dog in her, man. She explodes. People don't understand that, but they, the Caitlin Clark fans don't want to, point that out, man. They'll say, "Oh, she just wants to win," but when somebody else does it, it's something different. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And Wilson just released a Reese 5 ball there. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all see the title of the show, man. Y'all see the title, headline of the show. This is the headline of the show. The new shocking face of the WNBA, man. Angel Reese, man. She is marketable. She's likable. And she's about her business, man. She's doing a lot of great things on the court and off the court. And that's why I think the Chicago Sky's organization has high praise for Angel Reese. Everybody in the league knows she's marketable, man. Even some of the NBA players know she's marketable. Let me read an article on what Jaylen Brown, the Finals MVP and the NBA champion from the Boston Celtics. He says, Celtics star Jaylen Brown makes stance on Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese Rookie of the Year race extremely clear. Racking up double-doubles was enough to earn Brown's seal of approval. Now, when you got guys that play the game at a high level that are NBA championships and they give their opinion about a double-double, and then you got these casuals out here on the internet making fun of the double-double, talking about that's not really a record, where'd they get that from? That goes to show you they know nothing about basketball, because when you got these NBA players talking about this, it means something. So that they have, Angel Reese has not just impressed her peers in the WNBA, she has impressed the NBA players as well. Hey, Coach Q, I want to address something. I don't know if you just now came in the chat. I want to address something. Talking to a buddy of mine. He's a big Caitlin Clark fan, right? He's a big Caitlin Clark fan. And he said to me, man, they doing my girl wrong. I was like, what you mean they doing her wrong? He said, man, they using her as a prop. And I was like, what you mean they using her as a prop? He said they trying to attach Caitlin Clark's name to everything that is surrounded around the WNBA. And I think that's hurting them. I think that's backfiring. And then I got to thinking, like, man, what you mean by that? He was like, man, you look on YouTube and you look at some of these channels that why Caitlin Clark's name was populating to the head of things is because people was attaching her name to things that meant nothing, didn't mount to a hill of beans. And somebody posted a comment about black and white sports. That's all he does, man. He attaches her name to anything that he says because at that time, Caitlin Clark's name was hot. It was in the algorithm. And he attached her name to stuff that didn't even make sense. He attached her name to his latest video. Diana Taurasi had 0 points in the Olympic game. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. What does that have to do with Caitlin Clark? I just felt it kind of funny, but my man says, they using her as a prop. But a difference between a prop and somebody that's marketable, Angel Reese is marketable because if y'all remember when things was going on about what these Caitlin Clark fans was saying and stuff, and Dejianna Carrington came out and said, well, Caitlin Clark, if you're going to be silenced, then, hey, we got to look at you. We got to look at you side-eyed. You know what I'm saying? You can address some of these things. Angel Reese stands on business, man. Like anything that she Like I think she was joking. She was asking her Twitter X followers, what should I call my supporters and my fans? She said Reese's Pieces. So, what Reese's Pieces did, they saw that. So now they trying to strike a deal with Angel Reese. Now that's a great marketing strategy. Now, like I said, when she was in college, when LSU, when Shaq came down there, and then, when Reebok gave the reins over to Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson, what was the first thing that they did? They got somebody that was marketable in Angel Reese and signed her to a shoe deal. Israel, you said, I don't respect players with all-star teams in college. Caitlin Clark playing with below-average team and carrying them to the finals. Well, I mean, we can look at that one way, Israel. I will say this, regardless, because Caitlin Clark did address this about her team in college. She said they wasn't really a great team. It was the coach. It was the coach. It was their coach Bluter. She pushed every right button to get that team to respond. She does. Well, yeah, Caitlin Clark does get cooked by all the guards. I mean, everybody says that she's not a good defender. And early in the year, when they started off 1-8, they was putting Caitlin Clark in every action. They was putting her in the pick and roll, man. And she was just, her defensive skills and her posture is just not there. But that it'll come. It'll come. It'll come. It'll come. But but the thing, this is all about Angel Reese and what she's been able to accomplish outside of all the racist vitriol and all that. And she's keeping a level head and a lot of people, when I'm gonna go back when she said a villain, she didn't call herself a villain. She said, if y'all want me to be the villain, I will play that villain role. She just playing a role. Yeah, but I mean, that's the true point, man. I don't think Caitlin Clark has really showed up in a big game when it has mattered. I really don't. I saw it the last 2 years in the NCAA championship against LSU and also against South Carolina. There's 12 teams in the coming year. When more teams are added, Clark will be fall by the wayside. Yeah. So for all y'all Caitlin Clark fans that are in the chat, I just want to ask y'all a question. What would y'all like to see more from Caitlin Clark? What would y'all like to see more from Caitlin Clark? It's an honest question. Somebody answer that for me. What would y'all like to see more from Caitlin Clark? Man, no, that's not big time. Winning the Elite Eight and the Final Four, no, that's not a big game. You got to win it all. Has she won it all? Is she a national champion? Is she a national champion? Is she a national champion? And the reason why I say that's not show up in big games, and the reason why I'm going to say that, I'm going to turn to the NBA. The Minnesota Timberwolves knocked off the defending national champions in the Denver Nuggets, and then they go get beat by the Dallas Mavericks. So no, I can't give you that. Israel, I can't give you that. I'm not going to give you that, Israel. If we talking basketball, I can't give you that. I cannot give you that. I can't give you that. Because the way that you put that question out there, it's a lot of LeBron James hate channels making fun of him because he's 4-6 in the finals, right? But he's been to 10 finals. He showed up in every big game. So I can't let you throw that in there because he didn't win it all, and they say that he didn't show up in the big games. So I can't let you throw that in there, Israel. Your point is non-valid, man. She don't have a ring. Exactly. So your point is not valid. So we have to take that off the table, man. When we talking basketball, you're either a champion or not. So winning the Elite Eight and the Final Four is not big games. You have to win it all. I understand that you can respect LeBron. He played in 10 finals, but what's the narrative out there? The narrative out there is he didn't win in the finals, even though he won the Eastern Conference Championship all them years, and he won the Western Conference Championship, and he gets there and he loses in the finals. They say that he's a choke artist, but he won the big games to get there. So, nah, I can't let you have that, Israel. I understand that you respect LeBron, but that's off the table when you said she won the Elite Eight in the Final Four. Nah, I'm not impressed by that. I'm not impressed by that. I'm not impressed. Yeah, LeBron got 4 rings, but what I'm saying is the knock on him is he's lost 6 championship games. But that don't go to the testament of what he did to get there. So they don't call them big games. The only big game that the NBA calls is the finals. And that's what he came up short. He came up short 6 times. So that's what they're judging him off of. So we can't move the goalpost for Caitlin Clark. No, I'm not accepting that. That's a great assessment. That's that, James Wilson. I respect that, man. I respect that. And that's basically what you just said. You're uttering the words that we've been saying about Caitlin Clark. Until she shows that she can be a 3-level scorer and a floor general, then that's when we'll say Caitlin Clark has figured it out. But when we say that she's not there yet, Caitlin Clark fans, first thing they say, oh, y'all hating on Caitlin Clark. Nah, we not. Good point, James Wilson. That's a good point. Okay, Mandy Harvey, let me get you up there. Caitlin Clark needs to show more effort on defense. She needs to stay with her team on offense. Staying with her team will lower the turnovers and increase shooting percentage. Basically, that's what I'm saying. I think Caitlin Clark, she wants to show that she's more than capable of carrying that team. She don't have to carry that team. She got some good pieces around her. I mean, Aaliyah Boston, she was the rookie of the year last year. She was the #1 draft pick. I mean, you can feed off of her. And then also, a lot of people don't like, Kelsey Mitchell, but Kelsey Mitchell shows up when it's time to show up at the end of the game when the game is on the line. One trick pony. She scored exclusively from 3. Yeah, I mean, that's valid too. I mean, because if you look at it, what Angel Reese is doing now, our critique on Angel Reese is if she adds a mid-range game to her game and at least shoot the 3 ball at least 1 or twice a game, because the looks are there, you're just hesitant to shoot them. Now, if you add that into your game, you won't be so predictable. But you still can't teach that high motor of going getting your own rebound, regardless of what people say about Angel Reese missing shots, going get her own rebound. You stop her. And that's the terminology about football. Like Terrell Owens said, if you don't want me to show you up, keep me out the paint. If you can't keep me out the paint, I'm going to keep showing you up. And that's what Angel Reese is doing. Defense wins championships, something Caitlin Clark is not great at. Defense wins championships, something Caitlin Clark is not great at. That's why Angel had a ring two-way player. Yeah. You can't teach. What'd you say, Bible boy? You can't teach turnovers? Nah, you can't teach turnovers, man. You can't teach them, man. They just happen. And I think turnovers is trying to force the action too much, man. Sometimes you just got to make the right basketball play, man. Sometimes you don't have to force it. Aaliyah Boston is far more superior force on the court. Jeff Hornacek, John Stockton made their livings off of Karl Malone. Hey, Mandel Harvey, man. That's a great point, man. If you look back in the days, John Stockton, that's how John Stockton got his name. He got his name off of Carl the Mailman Malone. Stockton and Malone. Stockton and Malone. Same thing, Caitlin Clark can go back and look at the tape. There's plenty of footage out there of Stockton and Malone, usually of Boston. And that's what I said earlier when, they started off 1-8, and then they went on a 4-game win streak. I produced the show. I was stating that I saw the reason why they turned the corner and did what they had to do is because they started, taking Caitlin Clark off the ball, Kelsey Mitchell bringing the ball up. They was going into Aaliyah Boston to generate offense. And that just opened the floor up for the whole Indiana Fever team, and they went on a 4-game win streak. Shout out to D-Ray 318 for the $2 super chat. If Caitlin Clark flops, her fans will leave her high and dry. Well, y'all crazy. They gonna leave her high and dry. Well, you crazy, D-Ray. You crazy. Excuse me. You crazy, man. You always give Clark her just due. Just don't know why they call. I do give her just due, man. That's what they Bible boy. That's what they don't understand, man. I have nothing against Caitlin Clark, man. I'm just critiquing her basketball game. I'm just critiquing her play. I haven't said nothing outside of basketball about Caitlin Clark. Everything I've kept at basketball. Yeah, she still never won nothing, man. And that's the point, man. I mean, a lot of people in the chat, I see a lot of people in the chat saying about what Caitlin has done and, what she's done in the Elite Eight, in the Final Four. That don't amount to a hill of beans, man. She ain't won nothing, man. She ain't got nothing to show for it. Only thing she got to show for it is the number 1 draft pick in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark is good. I don't need to see her with nothing because I'm tired of hearing Caitlin Clark name in every Grom, TV, internet. And that's what I said, Orangeburg girl. I don't know if you just now came into the stream. I'm going to say this story one more time, or you can go back and catch the live stream once it's over. But I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he's a Caitlin Clark fan. And he told me that, hey, man, they doing my girl wrong. I was like, what you mean they doing her wrong? He said, man, they using her as a prop. And I was like, what you mean they using her as a prop? He said, man, they trying to attach Caitlin Clark's name to everything to market the WNBA. And some of that stuff don't even mount to a hill of beans. And I got to thinking, he was like, man, you see some of these YouTube channels that they're, attaching Caitlin Clark's name to everything that don't even mean nothing. And I totally had to agree with him, man. So I agree with you on that, Orangeburg girl. Appreciate your comment. Tony Dorsett, Mike Rozier, Herschel Walker, Emmett Smith. Tony Dorsett, Mike Rozier, Herschel Walker, Emmett Smith, Michael Irvin, Ozzie Smith, Albert Pujols, Magic Johnson, Mike Tyson, Marvin Hale. Those are all my sports heroes. No lights included. That's a pretty amazing list there, Matt. It's pretty amazing. James Wilson, that's what I'm saying. Who remembers a runner-up? If you're a runner-up, that means you should be getting dogged out. Because like I said, I'll translate it back to the NBA. When LeBron James was a runner-up in these finals, he got crucified. He got crucified for not winning. So we're not going to move the goalpost for Caitlin Clark to make Caitlin Clark fans feel like they appreciate it. Nah, we can't do that. Y'all not going to move the goalpost. Let me see what you got here, Hootie Mac. What you got? All I want to see is basketball fans keep it real. If you don't like the player, cool, that's another issue. I like Kobe. I have to come to the point I respect LeBron play even though he ain't the GOAT. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we ask for, man. That's all we can talk about. So for everybody that's in the chat who's been on this channel for a long time and has been riding this wave with me, when I talk about basketball, when I talk about certain players, I'm critiquing their basketball game. I'm not critiquing nothing outside of basketball. I'm critiquing what I see on the court and what they could do better to help their team. But when we talk about that, the comments, they go crazy, talk about we hating. This is unbelievable, man. I did a serious show the other day, man. This was serious, man. And shout out to one of my subscribers. I forgot who, I think Teresa Smith or it was Tyrone Hatley sent me the article about when Angel Reese was on her double-double streak, what these Caitlin Clark fans was doing. It was a lot of racist comments. It was a lot of vitriol for Angel Reese doing something that was related to basketball in the game. And it made Caitlin Clark fans that upset that they had to stoop that low to start calling that sister out of her name. I just didn't understand it, man. And I produced a show about that, and the comments went crazy. I just don't understand it. Let me see. Daniel Ike, I'm sorry, but I'm not hating, but I've said this from day one. I don't see anything different or special about Caitlin. There are so many guards shooting better three-pointers. See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're talking basketball, though. It should be no reason for somebody to hate on your opinion when you're just calling it how you see it. And this what happens, man. Oh, man, I just missed that. Let me see. Somebody. Okay, Hootie Mac. Okay. Hootie Mac said, K-Sap, you're mentioning basketball in your critique, and I can combat that. What I do with opinions, though, on CC being a bust because she ain't repeating college success, though. Okay, Hootie Mac, I never said she was a bust. I posed the question to somebody, why come her scoring hasn't translated over to the WNBA? That was the question I posed. I never said she was a bust. I don't throw that word bust around lightly because I know how they used to do Kwame Brown. How you gonna be a bust even though you're the number one pick, but you spent 12 years in the NBA. So how can you be a bust if you spent 12 years in the NBA, regardless if he didn't pan out to be the number one pick that everybody thought he was going to be? But how you going to be a bust if you spent 12 years in the NBA? Yeah, I mean, I give her props. Oh, okay. I got you, Hootie Mac. I got you. Appreciate you clarifying that. Simply, CC fans are on AR page. That's what I'm saying. That's Don J. That's the problem I have, man. And that's the problem I have with some of these YouTube channels in the YouTube media space that create this Caitlin Clark content. Anything that particular person says about Caitlin Clark, their supporters and everybody that follows that page is going to agree with that person. And they're going to be chopping it up in the comment section with the honey all over their chest, twerking it up. It's going to be a kiki party. So anything that they say negative about Angel Reese, they're going to love that. And then when you start saying stuff negative about Angel Reese, that's when you see that their comment section start calling Angel Reese outside of her name, not pertaining basketball. That's what happens. If you can go look at these Caitlin Clark channels, right? And look at how they're gravitated around Caitlin Clark, because that's all they do is talk about Caitlin Clark and what she does for the WNBA. As soon as they say, well, Angel Reese was stat patent, she's not her rebound, and they call her all kinds of names. You look at their comment section, everybody piggybacks off of one another. Then they start flaming Angel Reese, and it has nothing to do about basketball. That's when you see the racist remarks and the vitriol that they're spewing on their channels. Yes, Caitlin is overrated. When you have an entire team built only for success, you should break records every play designed for her to shoot. She has 4 people screening and Daniel Ike, don't do that. Don't do that. They're going to come for you, Daniel. They're going to come for you. 159 turnovers is unexplainable. 6 turnovers a game is unexplainable. And see, that's what a lot of people, they don't look at the analytics of basketball and the value of basketball. Yeah, she's averaging 11 assists. What's she average? How many assists Caitlin Clark average a game, guys? Somebody fact check me. I think last time I saw, she was averaging like, how many assists was she averaging? I think she's averaging like 8 assists a game, but 6 turnovers. What's the assist to turnover ratio? I'm back at that. What's the assist to turnover ratio? That's the stuff that you got to look at. So to every 6 turnovers she produces 1.6 assists. 1.4 assist to turnover ratio. So to every 8 turnovers, she's only getting 1. We'll round it up to 2 assists. And Edward T, that's the stuff that I can agree with that, Edward T. I can agree with that, Edward T. And I've said that on many a times, man. Angel Reese, to me, I've said it. I'm starting to really like Angel Reese, man. I'm really starting to like her, man. I'm really starting to, she's starting to be one of my favorites, man, because of what she has done so far in the WNBA and what she's up against. And Edward, I've said this. I've always uttered that Angel Reese's game reminds me of Julius Randle when he first came into the WNBA, a bull in a china shop. It was sloppy, but it's effective. It's effective. And if she gets a turnaround jumper, even if she gets a little running hook shot and better post play, like I said, when we talk about post play, her post play is sloppy, but it's effective. And that's what I'm saying. A quick release on the mid range. She's so hesitant to shoot that shot, and she knows she can shoot the ball. I've seen video footage of her working on her mid range game, and she's hitting nothing but buckets. But when you're in your mind, it affects you, man. Go back to the year that the Spurs played Cleveland when they was forcing Miami, when they was forcing LeBron to shoot. Even the first year that Cleveland went to the finals and they faced the Spurs, Pop said, let LeBron shoot. It was a mind thing. So I think as, her years, as she plays longer in the WNBA, she'll get that shot. But like I said, we don't know what the second half of the season is going to hold. We don't know what the second half of the season is going to hold. Me personally, man, when you talk about Kennedy Carter, I think Kennedy Carter is better than Caitlin Clark. That's just my opinion. I think she's better than Caitlin Clark because she got a pull-up game. She can get to the basket. She plays relentless defense. I think that she's a better guard than Caitlin Clark. That's just my personal opinion. She's consistent. I think what put Angel over CC is the fact that she's doing what she's doing consistently against everyone, good and bad, against the best. Caitlin Clark is very inconsistent, turnovers and defensive liability. Yeah. That's Bible boy. That's Kennedy Carter stats. That's Kennedy Carter, 19-4-4 with two turnovers a game. Yeah, Coach Q. Kennedy Carter, man, she's one of them slept on guards, man. And Kennedy Carter was out of the league last year, man. She got something to prove, man. She come back with a vengeance, man. That's what that's what Kennedy Carter said. Her favorite player was Allen Iverson, man. So she patents her game after Allen Iverson, man. Oh, yeah. A lot of people said they would take Kennedy Carter over Caitlin Clark. A lot of people taking Enrique Umbawale over Caitlin Clark. Some people talk about they like the rookie Rakia Jackson. Then also you got Jewel Lloyd. Man, you got a lot of guards in the WNBA that a lot of people will take over Caitlin Clark. That's why I'm glad one of my buddies that is a Caitlin Clark fan said they trying to use Caitlin Clark as a prop. Just let her play her game, man. Coach Q, you said you would pick Mitchell over. Well, what we've seen of Mitchell. Mitchell shows up in big games. Kelsey Mitchell shows up in big games. The games that have came down to the end and the Indiana Fever has pulled out, it's because of Kelsey Mitchell hitting big-time shots. It's because of Kelsey Mitchell hitting big-time shots. And then the games that they lose, instead of, if you're the star player of the team, like some of these fans are making Caitlin Clark out to be, just take accountability. That put this game on me. We lost because of me. Why everybody want to blame Christy Sides? When the Indiana Fever don't win, it's always Christy Sides' fault. The only guard better. Look, Caitlin Clark, offense and defense, right? She's like in the bottom. A lot of y'all guys are doing y'all's homework, man. A lot of y'all guys are doing your homework, man. And everything that y'all said, man, is truth serum. It's truth serum. I mean, y'all said nothing wrong. That's anything that y'all saying, all the comments that you're saying, I don't see no hate in that. But I guarantee after the show and this video gets posted, I'm going to see a lot of people in the comments, for all the comments that y'all made, I'm going to see a lot of people in the comments that are Caitlin Clark fans that probably are not watching this video right now, watching this live, but they probably are watching the live because we got 106 people watching. We got 106 people watching, man. Make sure y'all give the video, stop what you're doing and give the video a thumbs up, please. We got 106 people watching this live. Make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up. Now, what's going to happen is once this video is aired, on my channel, for people that hasn't got a chance to see the live, they're going to put some comments to these comments that y'all stay in. It's going to be a lot of Caitlin Clark fans coming here saying that y'all guys are hating because of y'all's takes. That's what it's going to boil down to. And I noticed that every time I go live, one of Caitlin Clark's biggest fans, Be Nice, is nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. But after this live, when the video gets posted, he's going to be the first one to post a comment. And his favorite thing is, all these Caitlin Clark fans got him shook. Nah, Caitlin Clark fans ain't got nobody shook. Coach Q said the only argument someone would make is that Caitlin Clark has assists. Mitchell can easily grow that number. It's not hard to feed your center for it. Exactly. But when you don't have the ball as much as Kelsey Mitchell, and they ask Kelsey Mitchell to take the big time shots and make them. And she delivers. This is a true fact. Caitlin needs help from everyone on the team. Reese gets hers out. She do get hers out the mud. I don't know if you know this. Reese was actually working out with Asia Wilson and Perry. Yeah, and I think we touched on that early in the live about her being over there with the Olympic team, not over there trying to show nobody up and get the attention. She was there to support, and that's what I like about Angel Reese. That's why I said that the Chicago Sky's organization and upper management are believing that Angel Reese is the new face of the Chicago Sky, because somebody put in the comment that they've been to 2 games and they have announced Angel Reese last coming out the tunnel. And then also the words that Jaylen Brown said, even what Asia Wilson said when she was mic'd up talking about, no, I'm not guarding Angel Reese, man. I'm not guarding her. She making me work. And see, that's a testament to what Angel Reese brings to the table when you got these WNBA bigs making comments like that, talking about she's a workhorse. Aaliyah Boston said it herself. But I do like what when I did that show with Flajay Johnson talking about, the media and the fans made this more than what it is. That's a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact. She put it out there. She didn't hold no punches, man. And them Caitlin Clark fans got up in a uprage. Generational bricks. Ooh. Yeah, she's a franchise. She's a franchise player. She's a franchise player. And that's what the Chicago Sky's organization is basically saying. And this is what her peers around the WNBA are saying. Now, a lot of people will say that's hate because of all the stuff that was talked about Caitlin Clark by these WNBA veterans before she even got in the league. Caitlin Clark fans saying that, they hating on Caitlin Clark. Now, to hear them say that Reese is a franchise player and she's more marketable than Caitlin Clark, oh my goodness, man. Boy, they gonna go crazy. They're gonna go crazy. Even guys, hey, this is what I want to say. I don't know if y'all saw the video I did about Megan Rapinoe made one of the YouTube content creators have a breakdown on his show. Megan Rapinoe, when she sat down with Sue Bird and was talking about the Rookie of the Year, and both of them, Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird, you'll know they're partners, right? And they're in a relationship. And Megan Rapinoe made the comment poking fun of Caitlin Clark leading the WNBA in these statistical stats, even in turnovers. And she was laughing. She said, I'm poking fun. Man, did y'all see? I put the audio clip that's the audio clip that Teresa Smith sent me. One of my, if you're watching the show right now, Teresa, chime in. If you're watching, just give the video a thumbs up. But she sent me the audio clip of Black and White Sports going crazy on the LGBT community because of the fact that Megan Rapinoe poked fun of Caitlin Clark's turnovers. That's how egregious it got. He talked about, I don't know if Megan Rapinoe with this haircut, I don't know if she's the boy or the girl of the relationship. They are dedicated to the LGBT community, the LMOP. He had a meltdown on his show because Megan Rapinoe said that Caitlin Clark, she would give her the nod for the Rookie of the Year along with Sue Bird, and she poked fun of the turnovers, and he went crazy. Angel Reese could be the league director of marketing. Yeah. Yeah. And, I don't agree with what Jason Whitlock says all the time, but he did give Angel Reese kudos for, doing what she did, the way she dressed at the draft, making it all right for women to be women in the WNBA. Now, that says a lot from Jason Whitlock. Yeah, she showed out in the All-Star game, man. But we don't even want to talk about that no more, Andre, because that's going to upset these Caitlin Clark fans where, she came in. How many turnovers did Caitlin Clark have in the All-Star game? If we don't want to talk about the turnovers, we'll talk about the shooting. She was 0-7 from three-point range. Can we talk about that? Man, Don J, man, I've seen it all, man. I've seen it all, and basically, I don't react to channels. I mean, I let content creators do what they want to do, but I see them. I see them. I got my lens on. I see them, but some of the stuff that they say is egregious, man. I don't know if y'all can. Do y'all agree with me? Some of these channels, man, that they are really egregious on their takes of Caitlin Clark. Bible Boy says 7 generational bricks. Woo. 7 generational bricks, man. We're going to get you a shirt to say 7 generational bricks. Ooh, James Wilson, man. I mean, that's a good opinion, man. Now, see, if I produced a show talking about who's more marketable, Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark, man, these Caitlin Clark fans might shut my channel down. Gianni McMahon could get Reese and Carter to do a wee stint as the bad girls. A WE. I tell you, well, some of these comments be off the chain. See, we got somebody coming here trolling right now. We got somebody trolling. One of them Caitlin Clark fans coming here trolling, guys. You see that, Bible Boy? Got somebody in here trolling. See, that's what I'm saying, man. We having great basketball conversation, then all of a sudden you get a troll come through. see, man, Israel, man, they starting to expose you, man. You getting emotional over CC trying to find every excuse to back up CC. Man, we not talking about the looks, man. We're gonna leave the looks out of it. We're gonna leave the looks out. We talking about basketball and marketing ability, man. I just think, Caitlin Clark is excellent for exhibition games. Would like to see her do an Olympic 3 style to get her weight up on defense and effort. No time off. Yeah, Israel be on every live. He'd be on every live. We let him talk his talk. We let him get his shots off. But like I said, some people just don't want to talk ball, man. They want to talk everything outside of ball. I want to know who this Gianni Tristy is. Who? That's a troll. They trolling right now. Yeah. I mean, Israel, you are respectful. That's why I like you around, man. I just let the chat eat you up, man. I let the chat eat you up, man. What's lies? What's lies, Israel? Tell us what lies are. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link, man. I'm gonna drop the link for anybody that want to come up. We probably got about 15 minutes left. I'm gonna drop the link, man, to see if anybody want to come up and chat. The chat is on they on your neck, man. They on your neck, man. They on your neck. Yeah, somebody said Israel gonna go cry in the car. I mean, I can't. Hey, Israel, I can't keep the chat off of you, man. When you start talking that way, man, you know, the chat gonna get you. I ain't gotta say nothing. But I love for you to hit the link, man. I would love to hear from you, man. If you want to come up on the podium, I'm gonna give you the open mic, man. Yeah, Angel. Yeah, I think Angel knows how to handle the media, and I think that's what Dejon Carrington was saying about Caitlin Clark. I mean, she knows what to say in front of the media. But I think it's the tough questions that she shies away from. She did say that. She said, no one's helping me. She did say that. Yeah. Yeah. But, man, I mean, I just want y'all to keep an eye on it, man. I think we got, what's the day? The 7th? I think we got 10 more days until the WNBA kicks back off, man. And I just hope, all right, we got, is this Israel coming to the stage, man? Let me get Israel up on the stage, man. Yo, what's going on?
I'm chilling, K-Sap, and you?
I'm chilling, man. What's the deal? Who is this?
No, this is Izzy.
Oh, Izzy, what's going on, man? Go ahead, let's talk, man. Let's talk.
Yeah. All right, so listen, man. So you know, I'm a big CC fan. So
I respect it.
You know what I'm saying? So what I don't like is that they guys keep saying about the turnovers, right? All right, fine. Yeah, she averaged 5.5 turnovers a game. I understand that. But when you have the ball 50 to 60 times a game, I don't get mad when she get 5 turnovers a game. The ratio is 1 time every time she get a turnover for 10 touches. It's the same thing with Angel Reese. She gets the ball like 20 times a game. She turned the ball over 2 times a game. It's the same ratio. One turnover every time she touched the ball 10 times. So that's why turnovers does not bother me. Second, CC is in the top 20 in 5 different categories.
Okay.
Angel Reese only 1
Okay.
top 20. You know what I'm saying? So
all right, let me stop you right there.
All right, go ahead.
All right. What was CC known for in college?
For 2 things. For deep shooting and for passing skills.
Okay. What was Angel Reese known for in college?
She was a dirty worker. She loved to grab offensive rebounds, and sometimes she could score.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. What from Angel Reese's game from college has translated over to the WNBA?
Her rebounding. Her scoring is not as much because she only averaged 13, while I think in college she averaged 20. But go ahead.
Okay. Now, my point is, Caitlin Clark, what was she known for in college?
Scoring and passing.
Okay. So now, what has translated over to the WNBA at a high clip?
Well, of course, her passing. Now, her scoring, not as much. But the reason why is because in Iowa, she didn't have Dulcie Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston.
That's what happens when Caitlin Clark fans start talking about Caitlin Clark. Y'all try to use every excuse on why her scoring hasn't translated, right? Now,
go ahead.
I'm going to say this. I have nothing against Caitlin Clark. I like Caitlin Clark. I give Caitlin Clark her props.
Mm-hmm.
But what I stated on a previous show that I did, the way Caitlin Clark played in that Dallas Wing game going into the All-Star break and the Olympic break, they was down in the second half, right? They was down as much as 20 points, right?
Yes, they was. Well, 15. 15 was the most.
Okay.
So go ahead.
What did Caitlin Clark do in that fourth quarter?
Oh, well, she did both. She scored and passed the ball. She had 5 assists in the fourth.
Okay. That's the Caitlin Clark that I want to see. Somebody that's going to take over the game. So what she did in that game, she implemented that scoring threat that she had when she was at Iowa, right?
I agree.
But hold up. And she implemented, alongside of her scoring, she sprinkled her passes in there, right? And that's what she was doing at Iowa. She was not just assisting the ball, she was scoring. So now that she's assisting the ball at a high clip in the WNBA at 8.2 a game, everybody wants to focus on, she's averaging 8.2 assists a game, but they don't want to talk about her scoring. That's the problem I have.
I understand. Kate. But again, you can't do that when you have two other, or really three other great offensive players on the team. It's just like when Chris Bosh went to Miami. He went from averaging 27
That's
to
apples
17.
to oranges. Don't do that. That's apples to oranges. That's apples to oranges.
I'm just saying, because of the talent he was playing with. Just like KD going to the Warriors. He went from averaging 31 to 25. It's that when you play with talented players, you can't shoot 23 times a game.
So if they was that talented, why are they sitting in the 8th position? If they that talented.
Well,
if everybody makes it to where Caitlin Clark is the cash cow of that team, and she is the person that's supposed to take over the team and win ball games, right? Because we saw what she's able to do at Iowa. She was able to win ball games by herself, and the team was not that good, right?
Yeah.
But when you start shooting the amount of threes that you're shooting, right, and you're not making these threes, why is that?
Okay. So first, as you know, the WNBA has more talented players than college, right or wrong?
That's exactly.
Okay. All right. So for anybody to think that she's going to walk into the WNBA and average 28 points a game, then they're not real CC fans. They're fake. They're like black and white sports. Like he's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like Ben Daniel. I mean, I'm not gonna call him an idiot because I actually like him, but he's too much of a fan. I'm more realistic. You know what I'm saying? I'm way more realistic.
Now the same way, the same way that you said about nobody expected Caitlin Clark because of the talent that they have on that team and the talent that is in the WNBA for her to come in to average 28 a game, right?
Yes.
So why is Angel Reese coming in still averaging the same amount of rebounds that she was averaging at LSU when you got talented people in the WNBA? You got more talented and more physical women in the WNBA that are putting a body on you, but she is still able to implement her style of play in the WNBA, and it translated over in its consistency with her rebounding. Why is that?
But it's just the rebounds that translated. She's shooting worse than Cece, and Cece shoots from 30 feet.
We never expected Angel Reese to be this offensive juggernaut.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We never expected her to be. I said anything that Angel Reese gives you offensively now is a bonus. But if she continues to do what she does on the offensive rebounding and her rebounding and getting second chance points and keeping possessions alive, that is translating, and you got way more skilled players in the WNBA, and she's fighting down in the trenches. But it has translated. Now shooting is fundamental, right? Some people can shoot in their sleep.
Yes.
It just seems like Caitlin Clark she's not, the shots that she's taking that we think that are going in, she's missing them badly.
No, she's off. Listen, like, to me, the last 5 games of before the break, she hit a bad slump. She's shooting like 23% for the last 5 games. But before that, she was in the 36, 37, but her percentage went all the way down to 33% now. But again, at the end of the day, all right, let me ask you a question. Who's carrying the team more? Cece or Angel Reese? Who has the bigger load on the team? Cece or Angel Reese?
To me personally, I would have to say Angel Reese.
Okay.
And the reason why I say this is because if you look at Angel Reese's plus minus, right? When Angel Reese is on the floor, that team is gravitating to everything that Angel Reese is doing. She's a leader out on that court. Every little energy that she displays, the team follows. Caitlin Clark don't have that in her yet.
All right.
The team is not following Caitlin Clark's lead. And that's why I don't think she's not that valuable to the Indiana Fever just yet. until she becomes a vocal leader and the team follows behind what she does, that's when you can say that she has more on her shoulders. But if it wasn't for Angel Reese, the Chicago Sky team wouldn't be playing the way they playing. That Chicago Sky, Kennedy Carter would not be playing the same way she's playing if Angel Reese was not out there.
Okay. All right. Now, okay. All right. So you talk about advanced stats. Now, I understand advanced stats, but the plus and minus is the most overrated stat in sports. And let me tell you why. So, especially with Indiana, they were getting blown by 40, by 30, by 50, right? So for example, let's say CC lost by 40 points one game. Okay, now the next game, they win by 2,
Okay.
they win by 2, and they win by 1. All right, they're 3-1, but CC still minus 35.
Okay.
This is why I say plus minus is the most overrated stat in basketball. It's because of that. They got blown out. They got blown.
Okay.
Man, they got blown. There was 2-9. Their plus minus was like minus 250.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In the beginning.
I got you on that. I will agree with you on that, right? I will. We can agree to disagree, but let me ask you a question. So, who is the most impactful player on the Indiana Fever?
Oh no, I'm still gonna say CC.
And why would you say CC?
Because she has the ball majority of the game. She's the one that runs the show. It's just like in Chicago, I'm gonna say Kennedy Carter. She had the ball the most. Not as much as CC, but she gets the ball the most. And Kennedy Carter, every time it's down the stretch, it's Carter mid-range, Carter to the baseline, Carter going to the basket, Carter this, Carter that. Carter always gets the ball at the end.
But do you see why that's happening though?
I mean, Angel Reese, good screens. You know what I'm saying? Carter got the
they feed off of Angel Reese, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Angel Reese is more impactful to the Chicago Sky than what Caitlin Clark is to the Indiana Fever. And the reason why I say this is because the whole team talked about it. The energy that Angel Reese shows as a rookie, they feed off of that. That is contagious, right? And you see how the coaching staff is starting to rally around Angel Reese on letting her lead the team. Now you see what the latest article is about the Chicago Sky's management. That's why they are crowning Angel Reese the face of the Chicago Sky in that organization because what she brings to the table.
All right.
And, all right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. When I say that is because what Kennedy Carter is doing, she has the confidence to do it because Angel Reese backs her, right?
Oh, definitely. Oh,
so
definitely.
When it comes to the Indiana Fever, I don't know if you remember when Caitlin Clark said, "Who's helping me out?"
Yes, I remember that. Of course, I remember that. I remember that.
Why would you make statements like that? So that's letting you. Right,
at the time, Indiana was losing,
but you don't come out. You're a rookie. You don't come out and say stuff like that with veterans on the team, right? Because
Indiana is the youngest team in the WNBA. But go ahead.
But in a situation like that, you still got the veteran in Kelsey Mitchell. And what I tell people about Kelsey Mitchell, a couple games that I watched with Kelsey Mitchell, I thought Kelsey Mitchell was trying to do too much. But if you realize something, Kelsey Mitchell is the only one that really has stepped up late in big games.
Oh, yeah. She is the go-to girl on the team, of course. But that doesn't mean that CC is not a clutch player. It's that we know.
I never said she wasn't clutch.
Okay. CC is going to get double teamed. See, the thing is, CC is going to get double teamed most of the time down the stretch. Mitchell, if you notice, Mitchell is wide open.
But but does she hit the shot though? Does she hit the big shots? That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to Mitchell 100% of the time before I go to CC. I'm going to Mitchell 100% of the time.
And that's what I said about CC. I would love to see CC. That's what type of player she is. I would love to see CC take over, more games than what she's done. And I hate saying this, and I'm gonna say this till I'm blue in the face. It seems like every time they lose a close game, right? Nobody never wants to take accountability, right?
Okay.
And then when the game is over, what do these people on YouTube in the media space, these Caitlin Clark channels and these fans, who do they blame for the loss?
Oh, twisty sides all the time.
Okay, now
always,
you've seen Angel Reese in plenty post-game press conference saying, put this on me. Put this on me.
Of course.
And that's the difference that I think Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, where they differentiate themselves. Because Angel Reese, she's a leader. And everybody's gravitating to what Angel Reese is doing. They following Angel Reese's lead. Now,
I got you.
The thing about it is you can't forget about Aaliyah Boston. You can't forget about what Aaliyah Boston brings to the table. She wasn't the rookie of the year for nothing.
No,
she got game.
I love AB. I love AB. Oh no, I love AB. She's like my third, fourth favorite player in the WNBA. I love AB.
That's what I'm saying. And she got game. And you can't forget about that. That's why I said early in the stream that if you look at the makeup of the Indiana Fever, they have a way more talented team than the Chicago Sky.
No, don't say that. You know why?
Come on, man.
No. Listen, Michaela, she was rookie of the year. You can just Google it. Kennedy Carter, you know she's nice. Cardosa,
but you know what I said about Cardosa. I just think Cardosa is she's still injured, and I think it's gonna. I think after this year she'll come into her own. But hold on, we got Hootie Mack, man. We got Hootie Mack coming in.
All right, go ahead.
I got you, Hootie Mack. Come on in, Hootie Mack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Are y'all hear me?
Yes, I got you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Double check, make sure. Yeah, I got my.
Hold on once, Hootie Mack, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Man, shout out to Thomas Anderson for a $5 super chat, man. Said, I'm loving the conversation, but Israel is, what's that?
Obfuscating.
Obfuscating.
He pulled out the college word on me.
Yeah.
He said, you obfuscating, my G.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. My vocabulary ain't that deep. What does that mean, my brother?
Hey, you struggling. You in the trick bag right now. You struggling.
That's when motherfucker won't get you.
Yeah, that's
some shit like.
Yeah, that's when you in the corner, man, and you looking for help, man.
What he's saying is that you leaving stuff unclear.
There you go. And then when you playing Madden back in the days, and somebody up 21, and they tell you, man, go ahead and hit the reset button.
Hit the reset button. I got you.
All right, Hootie Mack, what you got, Hootie Mack?
I did step away, so I'm catching y'all in the middle of what y'all were talking about, and my apologies.
That's all right.
I was more so thinking about some of the comments that I left in the chat, and just to go back through, just to keep things conversationally congruent. Someone made a mention that about CC's all the points, everything that she's doing, it's like it didn't lead to winning. Or it might have been you, but mostly what CC's doing is not leading to win. It don't matter. She didn't win in the long term. Somebody who was on CC's side might have been Israel, saying that she took a team that was basically a team of, scrubs, and brought them into the finals.
But average players. Average players.
That
was
Israel.
Average players. Yeah, average.
Right. So a lot of people I'm seeing are saying like, yo, what Reese is doing is leading and winning, and I would tend to agree because players like your Draymonds, your Robert Oys, what their contribution, everybody's contribution does mean something to the team, right? I wouldn't want to minimize an absolute stud rebounding defender.
All right, stop right there, Hootie Mack. Stop right there. Rewind that and say that again for people in the back that didn't hear you.
I would not want to minimize anybody's contribution to praise another.
Thank you.
Hold on, let me ask you a question, Mac.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit? So then why did Angel Reese left Maryland to go to LSU?
That I don't know, my brother, because again, my awareness of Angel Reese really came about the time that the Iowa LSU finals.
Okay.
I think the reason why she left, I think she said she wanted to play for Kim Mulkey, and I think that's the reason why she transferred. But it could be some more other stuff that happened at Maryland, the reason why she transferred. But she did say that she wanted to play for Kim Mulkey. She was watching Kim Mulkey when she was at Baylor, and she wanted to play for Kim Mulkey.
Now,
as far
as where I was going with that, though, too, right? True again. I will not minimize anybody's contribution that's hitting the court, that's actually doing something. Maybe even sometimes in your Udonis Haslem role on the bench, talking to players, coaching people up.
Exactly.
Right.
I agree with you.
Still on her team, when I threw in a couple of the stats. That game, the LSU game, CeCe had like 30. Some of her teammates, and I still actually do have it pulled up. I didn't drop it down. Everyone else outside of CeCe that was on the court on Iowa, it was one player had 12, 13, 9, 13, 4, 2, and 2, right? CeCe had 30.
Mm-hmm.
For Angel, somebody came off the bench and dropped 22. One of the starters, Alexis Morris, had 21, and
Alexis was
Williams
balling.
had 20.
Even Ice Spice came and was hitting all them threes.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah,
And and the reason, Mac, and the reason why, see, to me, the reason why I think Angel Reese went to LSU is because I think personally she knows that Maryland didn't have enough talent, and she needed to go to a team with better talent.
Yeah, Maryland wasn't going nowhere no time fast. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
K-Sap ain't gonna like it, but that's kind of the reason why LeBron jumped ship to go somewhere with
Cleveland. Cleveland wasn't gonna win nothing. They wasn't trying to build around LeBron. They wasn't trying to bring people into LeBron.
Yeah,
I got you.
So there was a lot more offensive talent around Angel, and for the most part, like what her role, which a lot of people give her that Moses Malone type title.
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak too much to Moses. I didn't see it, and I never really went back and looked back at any film of Moses. But I was from what I heard, Moses still was talented around the rim, right?
Oh yeah, no, she's nowhere near like Moses. No, she's more Ben Wallace, Dennis Rodman type.
No, when we talking about nowhere near Moses, offensively she was nowhere near Moses, but the rebounding, you can see the similarity because Moses was getting a lot of his own offensive rebounds, the same way Angel Reese gets hers. And also he was getting offensive rebounds from other players. But my thing about the offensive rebounds is you do what you must, but you got to win, right? And what she does is she keeps possessions alive. And a lot of people, like Asia Wilson said, that's a tough cover because you got to go 100% or 110% every time you matched up against Angel Reese. Down on the offensive side, even though she is not skilled around the basket as many people think that she's not, but that skill, the rebounding skill offsets that offensive skill because you still got to be aware of where Angel Reese is.
Yeah, she plays with hellified effort. Her effort is next level effort. This is one thing which I can respect it. But now also my secondary point going to the marketing side of it, right? Where we respect the defense, we respect the rebound, and we respect effort. As some of the older fans of the game, and I will pose this question to y'all though. Okay. What do you think though the fans, the 25 and under, the TikTok generation and the microwave generation, what do you think they respect when they ever actually sit down to watch a basketball game? Is it the same thing that the 35 and up crowd might respect?
They're gonna respect the scoring. No. They're gonna respect the 3 points. They're gonna respect the stuff that Steph Curry does. Yeah, that's what they're gonna respect.
Exactly.
So what is the, and in terms then we say marketing, who we marketing the game for? The people who got paper or the next generation of fans?
Well, if the way you put it, it's gonna be the next generation of fans.
And I think that's kind of what the NBA, because and mind you, again, the NBA's got their hand in the WNBA cookie jar, right? And a lot of people who are old school fans of the W, I think what they might be fearful of is the game that they like, which they find it pure and some of that reminiscent of the older days of ball, the Sharon Miller days. It might get changed over because the players like your Enriquez and so on and so forth who are may not be highly efficient, but they're highlights. You got highlights with them like every other game here and there. Like they might give you 2 or 3 wild type of plays. Yeah. Right. May not be the most efficient basketball, but the younger fan sees that and is wowed by that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas for the older fan, be like, nah, let's play some good ball. I want to see the ball movement. I don't want to see it in nobody's hand for more than 4 or 5 seconds, patting the rock like we Kyrie Irving out here. But when Kyrie make the shot, I'm like, damn.
Yeah. But Hootie Mac, to what you said, and you can realize that on some of the lives that I've had and some of the older people that have come up on the panel, they like the game that shows it all, not just somebody coming across half court shooting a three, right? So, like you said about the generation in the TikTok era, every time you open up TikTok, you're going to see somebody hitting a half court shot. We're Steph Curry and all that stuff like that. So I can understand where you're coming from that, aspect in marketing for the younger generation and the next, like what they say, the next man up. I can see it in that terms, right? But as the older people come up on the panel that been around basketball for a long time, that watch the likes of a Moses Malone, Dr. J, Connie Hawkins, Clyde the Glide Drexler, Akeem Olajuwon, and people like that, Bill Walton, Bill Russell, and people like that, they're going to say otherwise. But the new generation, I kind of understand. Okay, we got Thomas Anderson on the panel, man. Go ahead, Thomas. What you got?
Yo, I appreciate Israel being, he's reasonable. But like I said, he was obfuscating. Like, you caught him at a couple points, and he was like, let me move this way, let me move that way.
Try to move the goalposts. You know what them Caitlin Clark fans do. They try to move the goalposts.
It's all good, though. When it comes to Angel, piggybacking on what y'all was just talking about, I kind of disagree. Because the fan base for women basketball is totally different than man basketball. Like, they care about the threes and all that stuff, but they just care about the overall game. Like, when you see, and then Angel Reese is an entity out in her own. She's an entity in herself. Like, if you go to Angel Reese, her TikTok, she don't even post stuff about basketball at all. She just posts dances and
exactly.
So she's an entity within herself.
If I may interject real quick on that, what you said about her social media, which a lot of people have been, other content creators have been saying, if you were to get all these people that follow her from her social media actually tuning in and checking for the games, the amount of viewerships that the Chicago Sky should be getting should be astronomical in and of itself. But this is a real life example I have for you. I have a homegirl who says she follows Angel Reese, and I like messing with her because she's from DC, and her team is the Mystics there, but she don't mess with women's basketball. So I said, "Oh shit! So you follow Angel? So you gonna go watch a Chicago Sky game when they?" She said, "Nope." She said, "I don't watch women's basketball." See? I'm like, "But you follow Angel."
But hold on,
she's a young woman that's 28 years old.
I know, but Hootie Mac, I'm glad that she said that, and she was being truthful. And that's the problem I have with the Caitlin Clark fans. They're just Caitlin Clark fans tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark. They're not worried about anything else that's going on in the WNBA. They just worried about Caitlin Clark. So that's building the viewership because she has a fan base herself. But with Angel Reese, the thing about Angel Reese fans, they going to keep it 100. Oh, I'm going to watch her on TikTok. I'm going to watch her on Instagram. I'm going to watch her on social media. That doesn't mean I got to watch her play.
But it doesn't help the W. That's the thing, though, which is the difference. Caitlin Clark fans will watch her play, but if you got all those 3 million people that's following Angel won't tune in for a game, it does nothing to benefit the growth of the W.
That's not fair, though. That's not fair, though. Because
if the woman is literally saying, "Yeah, I follow, but I don't watch basketball,"
who's this? Mo? Who's this? Thomas or Mo?
that was.
We got Mo 3 on the line, man. You there, Mo?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead and get in, and I'll come back to you, Thomas.
All right.
What you got, Mo?
Nah, go ahead. Let him finish saying what he.
All right, go ahead, Thomas. Go ahead, Thomas.
What I was saying was that's not fair because this is the first year that the WNBA has made games widespread where you can watch them easily, and the only games they've been promoting is Indiana Fever games for the most part.
No, I disagree. I disagree because League Pass is $20 only. You can watch all Chicago Sky games if you want. I understand they do promote CC and 36 games has been on ESPN and CBS. I understand that, but if you want to watch Chicago Sky, pay $20.
We talk. See, but
that's
not realistic though, because most fans who watch NBA, we're not even talking about WNBA. Most people who watch NBA are casual fans who watch it because it's on ESPN, TNT, ABC, etc.
I got you. I understand. Only
hardcore
the
fans
benefits you get.
only hardcore
I'm sorry,
fans.
you
is
still
gonna-
had a point. Go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry, you had a
Yeah,
point.
no,
Go
it's
ahead.
all good. Only hardcore fans is going to pay $20 or $30, however much it is, to watch the WNBA. Only people who already was watching it, because people act like nobody ever watched the WNBA before Caitlin Clark, and that's just not true.
That's the problem that I have too.
That's
I
just
do
false.
understand the pushback when it comes to that. But the NBA scene, like I said again, they have their hand in the cookie jar, and their majority owners also over proprietors over the WNBA. Their main goal is to get it to a point where it's profitable, right? And as you see that this new TV deal that they bargained on, they was pushing the likes of, well, look who we got, these young hot stars, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, so on and so forth. They pushing what the new hotness is, and plus look at all the eyes that is on the sport because of them. So ergo, if also certain things are going to change, it'd be a little bit more microwave, and you promote more of those flashy players, because this is the way you're going to get some of the younger eyes on the product, you know what I mean? And the people who are casual, because even casual fans of like the NBA game, they will watch their hometown team if it feels like it's a thing. When the teams are winning a lot or they're in the playoffs, they'll watch their hometown team if it's on regular ABC or whatever, just like it's like a get together event. Like people tune in for the Super Bowl who did not watch no football all season, but now all of a sudden we got 300 million, 200 million people tuned in.
Yeah, right.
You know
For
what I'm
real, you're right about that. You definitely right
I
about
mean, that's
that.
facts. That's
Yeah,
facts.
that's facts.
But
Yeah.
If it's an
the
event,
issue.
people
That's
like to
the issue
be
of marketing.
in the it thing, on the it thing.
That's a business. That's a marketing and advertising issue. That if we want to keep it real, they never treated the WNBA as a serious league in the first place. It was the afterthought. It was like
Until now.
more of a charity. But
Yeah.
now, because of Caitlin Clark and because of Angel Reese, because of both of them, they got to take it serious, because people hate watch Angel Reese. People glaze Caitlin Clark. Let's be real.
Okay,
Speak on it. Speak on it.
I'm saying, but the reason why is because
Caitlin Clark is playing. If Caitlin Clark was not Caitlin Clark, her numbers is trash. Just be real. Let's be real.
Who said this? Thomas, you said this?
Yeah.
And I'm glad. Hey,
That's facts.
okay,
Well,
that is hold up once Liz, hold up, Israel.
go
Thomas
ahead.
Mack, man, you pointed out something, man. I'm glad that you touched on that. And I'm gonna take it away from the WNBA real quick, and I'm gonna jump over to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in reference to Bronny James. If his name wasn't Bronny James, we wouldn't be talking about him, right?
No.
So the same way Thomas just said, if you take Caitlin Clark's name away from the stats, will we really be talking about Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, because she's the only person in the WNBA is in the top 20 with
No,
five different categories.
hold up, Hootie Mac. Hold up, nah, not Hootie Mac. Hold up, Israel. We talking about if we just do Caitlin Clark's numbers up there without showing what statistical categories that person is leading in, and we take Caitlin Clark's name off of the numbers that we put on the board, 17, 8, and 4, and 6. 17, 8, and 6 with 6 turnovers, will we be talking about that person?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, they'll be saying how bad she is.
Exactly. They were talking about how they'll point out the turnovers, and nobody will have an issue about that because we won't know it's Caitlin Clark.
They point out her turnovers and her shooting
percentage, and what she's shooting from 3-point range,
and her no defense. They would talk about her the way that Skip Bayless talks about her.
And they'll go and they'll talk about, and if you look into the analytics of it, they'll talk about the plus minus too. Well, look at the plus minus of this person on the floor, regardless of who it was.
Yeah, that's the reason why I came on here. One of the main reasons. This guy talking about plus minus is one of the most overrated stats.
Yes,
well,
the most overrated stats. Yeah.
In some cases it is, but for the majority of the time, it's not. It's one of the best indicators to see how well a player impacts a team. And in the case of Angel Reese, it's dramatic. It's like night and day. When she's on the court, she's a plus 26. When she's off the court, they're minus. They're garbage.
atrocious.
They're garbage.
Exactly.
Straight trash.
Again,
I was watching one game. They was winning by 17. Angel Reese goes to the bench. By the time she comes back, they're only winning by 3.
Exactly.
And that's one game.
What is that?
But it's,
And
it's
that's-
not,
But no, that's not just one. That's not just one game. That's if that was if that was only one game, then her plus minus wouldn't be so high.
Exactly.
That is a reoccurring thing. Every time Angel Reese goes to the bench, they either lose the lead they have or the lead they have shrinks, cuts in half almost all the time. It's a guarantee.
And that was
Okay,
the same.
so-
That was the same effect that she had at LSU when she fouled out of games. What happened?
They lose.
If that's the case, then why are we so Teresa should get blamed then? Don't take her out the game.
I mean, she got to get a. She got to get a rest.
She's not a robot.
no.
What's up,
No.
man? What you talking about?
Now
Sometimes-
work on your condition. Work on
Hold
your
up.
condition.
No,
Hold on,
sometimes-
one, Israel. Hootie Mac, I
sometimes-
see you got your hand up, man. What you got to say, Hootie Mac? Go ahead.
I see a comment in the chat. I want to say something too. Then I'm hearing something that's said up here. All right, plus minus. When your team is on the run, we understand, and when your team is playing well and you're on the court, you get credit for that. There was one that I found was so nefarious. Right, it was a game. I can't remember the exact one. But Caitlin played almost every minute. Right, when Caitlin played almost every minute, so her plus minus was bad, and I think they took Kelsey Mitchell out of the game. It was a game like she took Kelsey Mitchell out of the game for like almost the entire third quarter because she was shooting bad. Came in the fourth and she lit it up, and she ended it with the best plus minus. And they ended up coming back to, I don't remember if they won or they lost the game, but when they went on that, I think it was a game when they lost the large lead that they had, and Kelsey Mitchell was taking off when they were starting to lose the lead. So Kelsey
the
Mitchell
Phoenix
stepped
game.
up with a good plus minus. So that's why it's like I find it to be nefarious. If you're on the court most of the time, when the team is up or down, that your plus minus is gonna kind of suck. But cool, granted, it still counts. Sometimes I think the eye test does count.
See,
And
I
so
see.
why-
I
you
like
look at
guys
Caitlin's numbers-
like Hootie Mac, man. Hootie Mac, he gonna give it to you both ways, man. I understand what you're saying, Israel, about the plus minus, but you cannot rebuke what Hootie Mac just said about this plus minus. And Mo 3 said the same thing. You cannot, you can't. What can you say to that on the statements that they said about what is your comeback?
No, again, when Indiana was playing badly in the beginning of the year, her plus minus was like minus 150, 175. Now they're listen, with all the plus minuses, Indiana and Chicago still have the same records. They're the same exact record.
But
So
and
they
that
got-
goes back
they're
to the
not saying
point. Hold up,
anything.
hold up, Israel. That goes back to the point when I asked you, who is more impactful, Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark?
Well, I mean, technically, it should be even, right? Because they both got the same
No,
record,
it's not technically
No.
even.
No.
right?
No.
No.
What was Chicago's
Indiana had a
record
better
last
team than
season compared to
Chicago.
this?
No,
season?
no,
Oh,
that's
Indi-
another thing that people like to bring up. Oh, Chicago's record last season, they was in the playoff, they was the 8th seed. But guess what? They lost their whole team. Only 2 remaining players came back. That's
Thank
people
you,
that-
Mo3.
That's people that do not watch the WNBA.
Thank
they
you.
They just started watching it.
Thank you.
I've been watching
And
this
Isabel
game
Harrison.
for a long
That's it.
time.
And
I
listen,
know- and I know
coming
what's
into,
going on here.
I ain't mean to cut you off, Mo3, but coming into this year WNBA, knowing that the Chicago Skies had 2 picks in the draft, right? But their team was still slated to finish number 12, right? And you still getting 2 prolific players out of the draft, right? Indiana was supposed to project to end number 7. But now we nip and tuck between Chicago and Indiana in that 8th and 7th spot. Nobody thought that Angel Reese was going to do the things that she's doing in the WNBA to make it a conversation on who the rookie of the year was, because they thought that Caitlin Clark was supposed to be hands down, clear-cut favorite to be the rookie of the year. Now Angel Reese has made it a thing.
Now I
Truth
want
be
to say
told,
something
people
to that
know
too,
AD
because the
don't
player
watch
that they
that.
lost was Clear Copper, right? They were 18 and 22. I had to pull it up.
And
real
look what
quick.
Clear Copper's doing this year.
Great, playing great. They still had Marina Mayberry and of course a healthy Elizabeth Williams.
And they got rid of Marina
Sorry,
Mayberry.
18 and 22, right? So which is a decent record. They look like they on track to repeat that same record.
Exactly.
But I think I will give credence. A lot of people not really mentioning it overlook it. It is worth mentioning. Yes, Kelsey Mitchell did get hurt, I think, last season. Right? I don't recall. I don't know around what time and how many games was left, but they only won 13 games. Right? Right now, at current moment, at standing, they're gonna surpass that.
Oh, they're gonna surpass that.
They're gonna surpass that. That's
People overlook that.
Will
though.
Chicago surpass 18 games though?
I mean, they on pace. They should. I mean, they 7 wins away.
Again, you can't use last year's team versus
No,
this.
but what
It's
the point that he was making,
Yeah.
Mo3, the point that he was making is
Team getting better.
Kelsey Mitchell was one of their better players, and she got hurt, right?
So
So that's why they projecting Indiana to have a better record than what they had last year. They on pace to eclipse that 18. I think they're 7 away as well.
Yeah, I understand the Indiana part because they're basically returning with the same team minus.
And they had the rookie of the year last year.
Arguably
Vivian
their
String,
best
Vivian,
arguably their best
Victoria
defender.
Vivens.
Victoria Vivens, yeah.
Yeah,
She played for
but, I mean,
Seattle.
like,
She's on Seattle. She's on Seattle now.
Right. I would like, okay,
You think she on
that's
Phoenix?
like losing.
No, I thought
like
Victoria
losing
Vivens
Josh
is
Hart.
on. She's on Seattle Storm, ain't she?
Yeah, but I mean, that's like losing
Well,
Josh Hart. Can you replace Josh Hart? Yeah, he's good.
Hey man, I'm a Knicks fan. Yo, chill. I mess with you. I
I'm
mess
from
with
New
you.
York too, baby. Yeah, but like, can we replace Josh Hart? We can. He's good. We can. You know, I'm looking at it. All right, you had a great player in Khalil Copper there, right? They had a good record. They was 5th. Cool, and most of the team looks very similar, except you got Kennedy Carter. Is Kennedy Carter equal exchange for Khalil Copper in what you lost? And toss up right now comparing the way that they playing. I
The way she playing now, man, you can.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got caught
can make a case.
over Copper now.
Yeah, for the most part, the Indiana Fever team is fairly similar. And the whole time that Kelsey Mitchell has been there, 13 wins has been their best. They've been an average 5 to 7 win team when she was healthy in her 7-year stand. Yes, Aaliyah Boston was not there the year prior to that. They had other decent players here and there, but for the most part, we say what's the difference this season? It's still up in the air for me because it's her rookie year. But for all intents and purposes, yeah, Angel Reese and CeCe both have made a significant impact on their team. You've had the best defender you've ever had in Chicago history, and Angel Reese come to your team along with an effort defender, right? Cool, we give it that. Don't minimize that. Can't minimize.
So what? So
And
okay,
you
let me
got
ask you a
your
question,
best
Hootie Mac.
playmaker, your best playmaker and best deep range stretch shooter in women's basketball history. There has not been a woman who shot more 31-foot jumpers and actually made them in WNBA history than CeCe right now. So let's keep it a buck there too.
Yeah,
That's
and
why,
I'm glad
she needs
you
to be guarded from half court in.
Exactly. I'm glad you pointed that out, Hootie Mac, about the word that we throw around here on this channel all the time. Stop minimizing what Angel Reese is bringing to the table. We can't do that, man. We can't have it both ways. Caitlin Clark fans cannot have it both ways. You can't say that Caitlin Clark issue is turnovers, and when we talk about it, you get mad about it. But when we say what Angel Reese is doing at a high level is rebounding, y'all don't want to give us that. So you
you guys have that.
No, I'm not saying just you, Israel. I'm talking about majority of these Caitlin Clark fans.
Again, they're idiots. They're idiots.
And that was the problem I had. I produced a show the other day, and I know you guys probably saw it, about the guy that wrote the article about the way they came at Angel Reese and started calling her out her name because she was on there performing basketball stuff, doing the double-double, and then that's when all the racist and vitriol started coming her way because of the fact of what she was doing to put herself in the running with Caitlin Clark for the Rookie of the Year.
And that's sad. That's sad. But let me say this. Who is the most feared player in the WNBA right now?
Angel Wilson.
Angel Wilson. No,
Really?
no question.
Really?
Yes.
When she's
Yo,
the
inside of that 3-point line,
Listen
you don't
to me.
know if you're gonna stop him.
Israel. Don't Israel.
No. Hold on.
Here we go.
The first time I see Angel Wilson get double teamed, it will be the first. All right. Nobody gets guarded 94 feet. Nobody gets double teamed or blitzed more than CeCe. You could just Google it. Just Google it. Nobody gets double teamed or blitzed more than CeCe. You know why? Because she's the most feared player in the WNBA. That's why.
They have reported that on ESPN too. It's a factual. It's even though it's not.
So you call
It's
that
fa-
you call that
it's
fear?
facts. It's
Hold on,
facts.
It's
hold
a
on.
factual statement.
But you
Because-
translate that to fear?
Caitlin
Of
Clark
course,
can't
I
put
would.
her hand on the ball.
I'm not double teaming a scrub. I'm not double teaming Mike Conley from half court.
No, nobody has, but that's what I'm
not double
saying.
teaming Mike
That's what I'm
Conley.
saying, Hootie Mac. Nobody has called Caitlin Clark a scrub, though.
No,
No,
she's not.
That's what I'm
But
saying. I mean,
How
it's
are you going to
respect.
double team Angel Wilson when she's surrounded by nothing but shooters? Like, you gotta
That's
look
what I'm
at
saying.
that team.
It's a difference. I'm gonna tell you something, Israel. It's a difference, man. I just want you to, step back for just a little bit, man. You
I
remember
love
when
Angel though, but go ahead.
But when Lonzo Ball came into the league, the way
Yeah.
his father bigged him up,
Oh, man, I remember.
what was these guys doing to Alonzo Ball? They was picking him up 94 feet.
The first couple of games, I remember Patrick Beverly.
But do you call that fear? No, that's just out there making a statement like saying, hey, you think your dad thinks you all that, prove it to us.
No,
If
but
these
keep that.
but hold up. If these
All right, go
Caitlin Clark fans think that Caitlin Clark is that prolific and she was going to come into the WNBA and just shit all over these grown-ass women, they had another thing coming. So you show me. I don't think that's called fear. That's respect. Show me what you got.
Well, that's both.
And another thing that I want
You know what it was? He drew Patrick Beverly for his first game, and then shortly after you get Marcus Smart. Like,
Yeah, come on, man.
players that wanted to prove a point. That all they got to do
And I
is
think
play
that's what the WNBA girls was doing, proving a point that, they not going to let Caitlin Clark come in and just shit on everybody. And I think Angel Reese made a statement early in the season talking about the WNBA is only because of Caitlin Clark. And Angel Reese made the statement, it's more than just Caitlin Clark. It's me, it's Asia Wilson, it's other people that people want to see play as well. Not just Caitlin Clark. I think it's just a respect thing.
Okay, you are absolutely right. Listen, Angel Wilson, her mid-range is crazy. Like, listen, I love Angel Wilson.
But do you have to pick up Asia Wilson 94 feet?
No, of course not.
No.
Okay.
She's not even a ball.
Exactly.
Ball
But
handler.
if Asia Wilson gets the ball down in the post, why are you going to double Asia Wilson when she got all them shooters around her?
I mean, you still can, and then you just,
That's
I
just
mean,
bad defense.
you just got a whole plum and
Man,
young.
she got shooters with her. She got shooters.
Okay, so hold on.
Come on, Israel.
Real
Hold
shooters.
on. Okay, all right, hold on. So, all right, in your mind, is Kelsey Mitchell good?
Is Kelsey Mitchell good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, is Aaliyah Boston good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Smith good?
She's a bruiser.
Okay. And Cece still gets
right-hand
double teamed.
bandit.
And Cece gets double teamed
right-hand
all
But
the
they
time.
not shooters though. Is Smith a shooter?
But it's good
Nah,
defense.
her load up
pick
on her jump shot is so slow, bro. Like,
Exactly.
I could be underneath the rim and run at it and still.
Now,
get
I'm gonna give you a prime example.
down.
I'm gonna give you a prime example, and then I'm gonna get off of this. You just look at the United States Olympic team, the men.
Yeah.
Are they doubling LeBron James?
You can't double team nobody.
You can't because he got shooters.
I love that gun sound.
That's the difference, man. Asia Wilson, you got to pick your poison because if you don't double her, she's running off 27 and 17.
No, hold on. Technically, Gray can't shoot and the power forward can't shoot. You got Plum and you got Young. So technically you can double team. I mean,
Man, you not double, but they not double.
Gray
And that's
stinks this year.
You got Clark. Come on, man. Stop
Man.
it, bro.
Hold on, Gray sucks this year.
I'll state it again,
Yo, what
man.
the brothers
Gray
saying
just
is-
coming back from injury.
I know that. I'm not talking about her career. I'm not talking about her career. I'm talking about right now. She's Grandma Gray right now. She can't run.
But you still gotta
can't-
respect.
I mean,
you
you
gotta
see the
still
Olympics?
respect her from the 3-point line, though.
Hold on. In the Olympics, Gray scored 4 points in
It does not
in 4
matter.
games.
Look what Steph Curry's doing in the Olympics. Come on, man.
Nah, nobody's worse than Gray. Nobody's
Look
worse
what
than Gray.
Steph Curry's doing.
He's doing
And
bad.
he's
He's
the
not doing.
greatest shooter we ever seen.
And Gray's shooting 23% from the field right now.
Look
23%.
what Steph Curry is doing behind the 3-point line for the United States team, man. Devin
I
Booker's
understand.
shooting better than him.
Yeah, you're right. But you know what? Kirby has a huge track record.
But
Huge track record.
Okay.
Gray got a track record, but not like
You gotta respect it. That's why they're not doubling Asia Wilson, and Asia Wilson is not bringing the ball up the court, so she don't have to be picked up 94 feet. That's why I was telling people when Indiana Fever went on that 4-game win streak, they took the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hands and let Kelsey Mitchell bring the ball up, and it freed up the offense, and it got Aaliyah Boston going, and they went on a 4-game win streak.
And then all the Angel Reese fans say all the time that CC had the ball all the time. Did CC had the ball all the time?
What the what the Caitlin Clark fans was saying is Christy Size is freezing Caitlin Clark out.
No,
and they was winning ball games, and that goes to tell you it was all about CC. Regardless if they're winning or not, if CC was not doing well, her fan base and her fans and her content creators, they wasn't satisfied with that. So they would come on and sprue this narrative about Christy Size got to go. She's putting Caitlin Clark down in the corner. She don't have her involved in the offense. Come on, man. Can't have it both ways.
Caitlin Clark cannot control the ball. She keeps coughing it up. That's why if you guard her 94 feet, come on, man.
And here's the thing. I'm sorry. Maybe there's a slight bit of bias, but let me talking basketball. When the ball is not in her hand and they're trying to run something, if nobody is getting a clean, good look at the basket, you got Erica Wheeler either dribbling around, nothing's happening, no action off ball, and you're attacking the rim and throwing up a bad layup. That's might as good as well as a turnover. If
she dribbles the air out of the ball. You're right.
Kelsey Mitchell to come off a screen, she catch and shoot, and she missing. Bad possession. If you're throwing it down to Leah Boston and she goes to make a move, but she doesn't make her basket, that's how I say just as well as a bad possession.
Exactly.
The reason I think is beneficial at least to have the ball in CC hand, there's a high percent chance that somebody besides CC scored. That's what it's transitioned to from besides watching her trying to chuck them badass deep threes, which I thought was terrible, especially when you're not hitting, you keep trying it. Right.
Yeah,
but that's the thing when she's
that Stockton Malone connection is working. Do that.
And that's what I'm saying, Woody Mac. The thing is
ball action for other people.
Exactly. And that's the thing.
I disagree with that.
Hold up.
If you're not scoring at all and she's sitting in the corner, Size is telling her, sit over there, catch a screen. Hopefully, we might get the ball to you and nobody's getting a bucket and the offense looks I ain't gonna
stagnant.
Say AZZ.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I understand that.
Then put the ball in the hand and run.
It looks good, but it doesn't really equate. It doesn't really equate to win. It works for stats, but it doesn't really work for winning. It's going back to what it's going back.
They have been winning doing it.
No, they were losing. They were losing until what Simply Ball Dropping just said about them. They changed the way they were playing and took the ball out of hand. That's when they started winning. Now they started losing again because they went back to the CC.
They went back to the CC.
Now they started losing again.
Technically that's not true.
Effective that their defense is buns.
They just lost to the
defense is buns. That's why they're losing.
But the thing about it is,
lost to the 3 worst.
Mo 3. Let me piggyback. The thing about it is, what I was saying is, you can let Kelsey Mitchell bring the ball up the court, right? Just to get you in your set. Caitlin, then go get the ball. Then start the offense. Then you ain't got to worry about somebody guarding you 94 feet. Then you can run that pick and action with her and Aaliyah Boston. Some kind of action to either get a good shot, for her to take a shot, or for somebody else to get a shot.
Exactly.
But her
and it sounds like you need to be coaching for them because they ain't doing it.
No, hold on for a minute. All right,
go Israel.
All right. Who leads the league in points and assists? Who leads that?
Hey,
I can give it to you. CC with 915 points. All right, it's not the offense. It's
Israel. Let's leave the stats out of it for a minute. Let's leave the stats out for a minute. We're talking about their style of play. Let's leave the stats out for a minute. We're talking about their style of play. When they started
defense,
winning, I know, but
defense is not the offense.
But hold up. Okay, now who spearheads the defense from the guard position?
Oh man.
It ain't Caitlin.
It's not. Listen,
so there you go, Israel. That's the problem. When you don't have no elite guard play that can stop nobody from getting in the paint, now your defense is scrambling. Now you got Aaliyah Boston looking like she's lost out there because of the way her rotations and her coverages is, because the guards are letting everybody blow by them and get in the paint.
Indiana is the worst defensive team in the WNBA. Period.
I would like to say something though, as far as you talking about your guard play, right?
Okay.
This might be a toss-up, but generally, your best offensive players are forwards and big women in this league. Yes, and I got it pulled up, a clear copy. Okay, guard a 2 or a 3, right? Enrique taking all the shots, but basically a 2. Joel a 2. Sabrina a 2. Okay,
Enrique's offense is her defense,
right?
Yeah.
Then after that, but number 1 in points around the league, of course, Asia. Then you got Brianna, Kelsey Plum, basically another 2. Kelsey, Jackie Young, Kennedy, Kayla McBride, but they all, for the most part, 2s. So if we're doing positional matchups,
so you talking about Kelsey
Caitlin
Mitchell?
Clark
That's where you're gonna throw it.
Not going to be. Say that. I'm sorry.
You're gonna throw it at Kelsey Mitchell?
No, I mean if we doing by positional matchups, right?
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, the best scorers around the league are generally going to fall on your 2 and your 3, right? Or your big. There's no real dynamic true point guard scorer, right? Really, there's some people that got the point guard designation. You can say Enrique is a point. You can say Sabrina is a point, but they're on the court with an actual point guard.
Point guard.
So, so CC is kind of getting hidden, but of course, there's going to be times she's going to get switched. It's going to be, defensive switches, or you get switched on to somebody in transition and
trying to hide her in coverage.
I mean, her matchup, her point guard match, Courtney Williams.
Hey,
yeah, Courtney Williams gave us some work when she played it, but Courtney Williams didn't go at her aggressively. Courtney for the Lynx. I remember watching that game. I was like, yeah, Courtney Williams with a little pull up and she doing some thing, but she did all that and only scored like 15 points.
What did Jewel Lloyd do to her? What did Jewel Lloyd do to her?
Hey, but
Jewel Lloyd.
Yeah, what did Jewel Lloyd do to her?
That don't count though.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's a misconception because that has changed. It's no longer a 1 and a 2. It's just guards. And
position is league.
3 and a 4 is only forwards. So you got guards, forwards, and a center. It's only really 3 positions. So the two guard can be guarding the point guard and vice versa. And it doesn't really matter. It's a matchup thing. It's like, okay, I want to put my best defensive guard on their best.
They don't have no defending guards
on their best offensive. No, I'm just saying, if you was a coach and you coming up with a scheme, that's what your scheme is. You always put your best guard on their best offensive guard, regardless if they're a 1 or a 2. I'm gonna put my best point guard, my best defensive point guard on the point guard because they're both point guards. No, that's not how it works anymore. It's guard.
But why would you put CC? Why would you put CC on the best defensive guard? I mean, she already got a huge load on offense.
But see, the thing about it is,
no, this wasn't a knock against CC. I was just trying to let him know what he was saying is not really. This was an argument for CC, to tell you the truth. Like, okay, yeah,
I got you.
She doesn't have to do that because it's not really a one orange versus orange anymore.
I got you. I understand
like orange versus
Israel.
apples.
Let me ask you this, Israel.
Okay.
How long can you hide Caitlin Clark on the defensive end?
Listen, you have to hide her for the rest of her career. Her job is not to play.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
Her job is not to play defense. That's not her job.
What you mean her job's not to play? Come on now, Israel.
Hold on.
You glazing
listen to me.
now.
Hold on, listen to me. Hold on.
Talking about no, man.
Hold on, listen to me.
Defense is in her title. Guard. She's a point guard. She's supposed to guard against points being made. What are you talking about?
Hold on. Did Steph Curry ever guarded the number 1 guard in
Watch this, but hold up. I'm glad.
Hey,
Israel, I'm glad you said that. Hold up. Let me take it from here. I'm glad you said that, Israel. But what did Steve Kerr do to Steph Curry when the game was on the line and it mattered? Where was Steph Curry at?
On the bench.
Thank you. Thank you. You ran into that. You ran into that. So when you're talking about how long can they hide Caitlin Clark defensively, when it comes down to it, when it matters most, Chrissy Sides got to get her out the game. If she can't defend, you got to get out the game. You got to go offense for defense.
And Steph Curry's still a top 10 player in the history of the NBA, though.
But okay, you can still be a top 10 player, but Also, when you're hiding your defensive deficiencies, as any coach, they're going to play the numbers and they're going to play the percentages. They're going to get their worst defender out the game.
Yeah, of course. But that's why it's called a team.
Defender and stay on the court. Because I mean, I think of like Kyrie. Kyrie ain't locking nobody up, but I can't.
But he played defense this year.
Did he played?
He played some defense this year in the NBA. In the NBA Western Conference Finals, he played defense against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, now he was actually playing defense the whole year.
Exactly. And when I go back to that Curry situation and Kyrie in the finals when they got that switch, you know what the talk of the town. You know what the talk is. Klay Thompson is still pissed off to this day that he gave the switch up because he know that Curry was a horrible defender in that situation against Kyrie.
And you are 100% right. But still, Steph is still one of the greatest players of all time.
We understand that, but we talking about if you want to win basketball games, if you're not just trying to appease these Caitlin Clark fans and you want to win basketball games as a coach, you got to do what's best for the team. If Caitlin Clark is out there getting cooked and she don't have no defensive, matchups that she can stay in front of, you got to get her off the court. You got to go offense to defense. You want to win games.
And Steph had 4 rings.
But Steph Curry, but what I'm saying is Steph Curry was out of the game when it mattered most, when it was close.
You gotta stop using that Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry is a underrated defender. Steph Curry
now he is. Now he is.
No. When they were winning, when Golden State was winning, he led the league in steals 3 times. He's not a lock you up player, but he's an excellent team defensive player.
All right, hold on.
Steve Kerr in situations, Steve Kerr got him out the game.
Hold on. CC, she's 17th in steals. Steals could be overrated. You know what I'm saying? Like steals could be overrated.
That's passing lane steals, weak side. You know what I mean? Blind side steals, which all that does matter because Ben Simmons was a great passing lane steals, as well as LeBron James, great in passing lane. So you still got to be mindful passing the ball in the vicinity. It's a strength defensively. You know what I mean? It's a strength defensively for some players.
No.
Some people
CC is a team defender, but she's not a great defender, but she's a team defender. She could do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But usually down the stretch, it's usually a one-on-one matchup. Usually down the stretch, yes, you got to take CC out. But it's not about the team. It's about a one-on-one defense. CC, get your ass on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But she's a team defender, though.
When the brother said it is basically, for the most part, positionless basketball or matchup basketball. All for a most part around the league, your starting point guards are not offensive threats. For the most part, a lot of them can score, but Skylar Diggins. I love Skylar Diggins.
Oh, yeah.
Skylar is a great passer of the ball.
Yeah.
Chelsea, great passer of the ball. Courtney
I like
Williams,
Kelsey Plum. I like Plum.
Yeah. Well, Kelsey, you said Kelsey Plum?
Yeah.
But is she a point guard though?
But I'm just saying, when you talk about passer of the ball, I just like the way she passes the ball, regardless if she's a point guard or 2 guard or not. I just like her ball skills.
She's more like a combo. She's more like a
combo guard. And they got some combo guards, like your Jalen Brunsons of the world. Like they can give you both. They might give you more of one than the other. Like I say, even like the Enriques of the world, so on and so forth. But as I look around the league, your Julie Van Loos, Skylers, and so on and so forth. Like, who's really if Skylar Diggins is on the court, she might give tough defense on CC. But do I got to worry about Skylar cooking CC? Do I got to worry about Julie Van Loos?
But hold up. I understand what you say. You don't. You can't sleep on Skylar Diggins because she can still drop the 30 ball on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't sleep on her.
But not on Seattle. Not on Seattle.
But Skylar looking to make a play before she try to score most of the time.
I agree.
Yes, not on Seattle.
When you look around the league, as far as point guards, true point guards, like scoring point guards, is not a lot. It's not at all. It's not a lot of point guards that's gonna run up 24 and 7. That just ain't happening.
At all.
I got you on that.
Let's see more assists. He's right about that.
Yeah, I got you on that.
Yeah, even my team, the Liberty, right? Vandersloot, like I be forgetting she on the court. I'm like, oh yeah, she's on the court. She just there, but she do what a point guard's supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Run the offense.
See, and you know, the thing I like about Hootie Mac, man, see, you deliver, you give us the meats and you give us the potatoes. And on your statements, when you say something, you actually have the facts to back up what you're saying, right? And I tell people, Google's your best friend. Like if you're coming into a gunfight and you got a knife, you ain't gonna win. So when you came to the party, you got your notes in front of you. You know what you're talking about. See, a lot of people, they get themselves, I always call it the trick bag. They get themselves in the trick bag and they can't find their way out because now they're all over the place. Now, when we talk about talking points of basketball, when you brought up about, you know, the point guards and, you know, do you actually have point guards that's going to give you 24 and 7, 24 and 8, and then you got the shooting guards. Shooting
guards is the problem.
Exactly. And you brought the facts with that. So you broke it down to the regular casuals that don't understand basketball. They can take notes and listen to what you said and like, oh, he makes perfect sense.
Because that's, you even got to juxtapose that to what the NBA is. NBA point guards will cook you.
Oh, they'll cook you. Oh, yeah.
Will cook you. Both guards will cook you. Even the dude off the bench might cook you, because a lot of times the dude coming off the bench, if he got one of them coaches that give them the rope to go out there and play their game,
Malik Monk will come in and cook you.
Attitude to score.
Malik Monk will come in and cook you for Sacramento. He'll come in and cook you.
Exactly.
But like Mo was saying, but the WNBA, they don't really like. He's right about that. The guards, like, for example, like who's the real point guard for each team? Like Caitlin Clark, I don't even consider her a point guard. She's more like a 2.
No, you can't say that.
No,
we got a 2.
No,
Kelsey Mitchell is the 2.
She's more like a Kelsey Plum. I could argue she's more Kelsey Plum.
She's a point guard, but this is the thing that I don't like when people compare her to Steph Curry. She's not a Steph Curry. She's more of a James Harden. She plays exactly like James Harden. She doesn't look. Let me explain. Let me
Mo 3, man. You gonna strike some nerves, man.
No, but let me explain. She does exactly what James Harden does, as in, yeah, we know he don't play no D. Her defense is trash. So let's on the offensive side, right? What do? She shoot threes from anywhere.
Mo.
And with a bad shooting percentage, she only takes 3s and 2s. Where's her mid range? Nothing.
Mo.
She only shoot mid range. She only does layups and 3s.
Mo, you got a point right there, man. And what a lot of people say about
and one more thing, and she gets a lot of assists just like Harden did.
Yeah, and like you said,
prime Harden.
That's
a prime Derrick Rose too. But nobody said prime Derrick Rose.
No, Derrick Rose get to the basket. Derrick Rose get to the basket.
And shot threes. He mainly went to the basket, then he started shooting.
Does Caitlin Clark go to the basket?
No, Derrick.
Yeah, she goes to the basket a lot now.
Derrick Rose. No, that's what I'm saying. She only goes to the basket and shoot 3s. Derrick Rose had a mid range. She doesn't have a mid range. Yes, she doesn't have a mid range at all.
You never saw Caitlin Clark pull up the way she's supposed to pull up.
Listen, like 70 to 80%. I'm just taking this off the top of my head. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I've been watching the numbers, and every game I'm like, what the hell? She's always like 70 to 80% of her shots are from 3. And then when you look at the rest of them, they're 2s. See, she don't shoot no mid-range at all. She doesn't.
Somebody got the numbers on that. Somebody got the numbers on her 2-point jumpers and her 3-point jumpers.
It's probably even worse than that.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Hootie Mac ain't got the numbers on that.
Basketball reference portal right here on my screen. I ain't gonna look at her yet, but I mean it's on my screen.
I'm telling you,
she ain't got no mid-range at all.
She doesn't even attempt. I don't know if she has it or not. She doesn't even attempt them. That's what I'm trying to say. She doesn't shoot them.
No, she shot a couple of mid-range shots.
When I say never, I don't mean like at all, 0.
I understand what you're saying. She don't average one mid-range shot a game. I understand.
Yeah,
look at that. She averages less than one mid-range shot a game. That's crazy. That's straight up James Harden.
But see, the thing about it, Mo 3, the point that you made up, I'm glad you brought that up, and that's basketball, right?
Hold up, I didn't make anything up.
No. I said I'm glad you brought that up.
All right.
I said I'm glad you brought that up, and the reason why I'm saying that is because the panel I have up here tonight, we talking basketball, right? We're critiquing what we see. And Woody Mack got the numbers to back it up. He got the stats and the actuals, right? But this is my problem I have. Once this show airs on my YouTube channel, I just want y'all guys to go in and look at the comments. Because you're going to have people that haven't seen the live that are going to watch the replay and going to be swear that we hating on Caitlin Clark. That's the problem I have.
No,
And we're talking basketball. And I got Caitlin Clark fans on the panel.
I'm not even gonna cap. If Caitlin Clark had a pull up and a handle and held that ball, she'd be deadly.
Oh, hell yeah.
well,
It would be a difference to a game. I feel personally, if she was a better defender, it would be a little bit less critical, and she was more secure with the ball because she could.
We wouldn't have nothing to talk about. We wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
She can keep doing what she's doing and turn the ball over less.
It'd
be and play semi-decent defense.
But what most of her critics, what are most of her critics saying though, Hootie Mac? They saying she just needs to stop turning the ball over. Because when they talk about her and they critique her, they talk about get your turnovers down. But as soon as we make reference to a turnover, the Caitlin Clark stands come out, we're hating. And we're just talking basketball.
That's another James Harden trait.
No 3, you got to stop that, man. They're gonna ban you. They're gonna ban you from the channel, man. Stop.
But it's true. James Harden was leading the league in turnover. Prime James Harden.
No, but James Harden never. But James Harden never. James Harden never could shoot off the ball. You know what I'm saying? CC at least 30 of her threes came without the ball. Setting picks and shooting. She could do both. She could do both.
So she's 99% of James Harden. What's your point?
Nah.
I got it. I got it.
I'm gonna say 65% James Harden. I'm gonna say 65%.
No.
Hold on. Hey, Hootie Mac. Let Hootie Mac get in there. Hootie Mac got numbers for us.
I had to look it up and to define it exactly. There's a couple of websites, but shot distance, right? I guess that gives a good even better because it gives me exactly how many shots was.
What's the 3-point line in the WNBA?
How far is it?
Yeah.
Damn,
what's
the
distance?
Like
22.
Yeah,
okay, 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Go.
The number of 2-point shots she's taking, and most of them, it's going to be. Even the shot chart showed me exactly where the shot was taken from. I see one shot that obviously was a mid-range, or 2 shots, 3 shots that obviously was mid-range. Just one right inside the free throw line, one right on the opposite side of the free throw line.
All right, Hootie, man, you can stop right there, man. You can stop right there, man.
He shot over 200 threes already.
You gotta stop, Hootie Mac. You gotta stop, man, because I'm about to fall out, man. You gotta stop. Because you said you see one that she shot inside the 3-point. Hootie Mac,
and
stop.
Exactly, an 18-footer. She made an 18-footer. She made a 19-footer, and she made an 11-footer.
Hootie Mac, stop that. You right now you embarrassing these Caitlin Clark fans. Don't do that, man. Stop. Because what Mo 3 just said, how many 3-pointers has she took in Mo 3?
Over 200.
She's taking
217, I think.
217.
Look at that.
What Hootie Mac just said about her mid-range game, and how many games have they played? 20?
26.
26. And you can count on one hand how many.
I see 3 actual mid-range shots. Now, what she attempted? Hold up, made. Hold up, let me be fair. Okay. What the ones that she's made? She's taken more than she's made. But what probably shows that she's not great at making it.
That's what Mo 3 was saying, though. That's what Mo 3 is basically saying. That she does not have a mid-range game. And for what you're telling us, you're backing up Mo 3's statement.
All right.
So
It's
what,
three
about
things.
10 to 16 feet is a midi, right? About 10 to 15?
Yes.
10 to 16. Okay, so she's made 4 of 11, 10 to 10 to 10.
Hey.
11.
Hey,
3 to 10 feet. She made 24 to 47.
11.
Wow.
217.
Mac, you making Israel mad right now, Mac.
Nah, I'm laughing. I'm laughing.
Ain't nothing to be mad. You gotta tell the
Nah,
truth.
And see,
no,
and that's the
stats
point,
don't lie.
Hootie Mac. That's the point when we stating facts.
Nah,
and
the
we
stats don't lie.
Exactly. When we giving people facts, they still think that we trying to, we still trying to undercut Caitlin Clark, man.
Hey, listen, that's how you know I watch the games. Because I came up with all this from watching her play. I
No,
don't
man.
even.
I don't
No,
recall.
but hold
I
on,
don't
hold on.
remember ever seeing a mid range besides one, and that one that she made right
talking
around the
about against
outside
Connecticut?
of the free throw line. I remember seeing that shot.
Man, y'all
And
gotta
That's what
stop,
I'm
the
man.
No,
commentators went crazy.
I-
Like, look at Caitlin doing a midi. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, y'all gotta stop, man. Hey,
Commentators made a big deal about
hey,
it.
hold up. Hey, Kawhi Leonard want to say something. Man, y'all gotta stop, man.
no, but see, to me, it's three things that CC needs to work on. It's three things. It's all right. If you notice, she always shoots the three going left. She got to shoot the three going right. That's one. Two, she has to have a floater in the middle. She shoots the floater always on an angle, but not in the middle. She
But
needs that.
you know what I noticed though, Israel?
Go ahead.
She's not balanced on her 3-pointers in the WNBA, man. Like you said, she's always leaning one way. She never has a balanced base.
Yeah, she always leans to the left when
Yeah.
she shoots. Always. She always
But it
sidesteps to the
always
left.
doesn't
She
have
never
to go
sidesteps
in.
to the right. Well, she did it like once or twice this season, but she always sidesteps to the left. She got to work on doing the sidestep to the right, so she'd be less predictable. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Here's something
yeah.
else for you. Here's something else for you, because you may
Uh-oh.
take it for what you wear, though.
Uh-oh.
She's progressively gotten better shooting percentage wise, though, as the time has gone along.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
said.
again, that's why
You know,
I
she's
think
starting to
there's
figure
room
it
for
out.
improvement.
And that's why I said, to be fair for y'all Caitlin Clark fans, I've always said she's going to figure it out. It's just taking her more time than what people thought it was going to take her. They thought she was going to come in guns a-blazing, but that just hasn't happened.
They were saying she was already the GOAT.
Exactly.
But the schedule did her dirty
crazy
though.
to me.
Man, don't
They
stop.
said she
See,
was
that's
gonna
a
come
stop
in.
that,
hold on.
Israel.
Nah,
Stop. Stop.
11 games in 20 days is OD.
Stop.
11 games in 20 days
Stop.
is OD. Oh
Stop.
man.
You see.
And
Come
playing
on, man.
Dejanay Carrington, two of those in a week.
Put the
That-
seatbelt on her.
yeah.
You put the seatbelt on her.
Hey, she strapped her in, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And see, that's
Oh,
what
but
I'm
let's see
saying.
now though, after the break though.
But
So
see,
we're going to see
Israel-
after the break.
Okay, Israel,
Man.
I understand, but you got to stop that, Israel. See, you're showing your fanboy side now.
Nah,
Stop that. You're
I'm
trying to
just saying-
make every excuse
No,
that you
listen,
can think of because now you're bringing up the schedule.
No,
Come
hold on.
now.
Ball player.
I've been
She's a
fair. I've been
basketball
fair
player.
here. I've been
Listen.
fair.
I haven't said you haven't been fair, but
okay.
now you're deflecting. You're making
be-
an excuse because of the schedule because she don't shoot mid-range games.
Oh man, I'm gonna hear this for a long time with that mid range. Oh man,
Hey, listen. If the schedule was such a problem and making her so tired, why don't she shoot more twos? It's easier to shoot from two than it is to shoot from three. It takes way more energy to shoot from a three, to jack
Oh,
up all
man.
these damn three than it is to
you're
shoot
right.
a two. So,
You're
okay,
right.
so why the
Israel,
hell
Mo
isn't
got
she
you,
doing
man.
it?
I'm not. She's a professional basketball player.
That's what I'm
I'm not
saying.
giving her no slack for no
This
schedule.
she's
Thank
tired
you.
and all this
Hold-
stuff. That don't make no sense. If you're so
No,
tired,
hold on.
why
Stop
you playing
it.
40,
Hold on.
40 minutes a
Nobody.
game?
Oh, listen, I saw this on ESPN. Nobody in the history of the WNBA has ever had a schedule like that. Ever.
See, he's deflecting again, guys.
I'm saying.
What
I
has
would love to
happened
see Angel
is
play 11 games in 20
watch
days.
this.
What
Watch
does
this,
that
Israel.
have to-
This is what happened. Mo 3 cooked you so bad that you deflecting right now. Stop that, man. Stop making every excuse for Caitlin Clark for what she's not doing. Mo 3 made a valid point. Hootie Mack backed him up. Thomas Anderson is a Caitlin Clark fan, and now he has backed Mo 3 up, and he said he's not cutting her no slack. But you the only one that is trying to cut her slack. Stop.
I'm not. Listen, she needs to work on her mid range. But
No, but you keep on talking about the schedule, the
No, I'm just
ESPN
saying.
stat, talking about nobody had a grueling schedule. Stop that.
Hey,
We
listen,
can't
man.
do that. You can't have
Listen.
it both ways, man.
When somebody's playing a back to back and then the other team got 4 days rest, it's a huge difference, man.
Hey.
It's a huge difference. You
Mo
know
3.
that.
You
Come
didn't.
Listen, man. Hey,
Mo
listen.
3, you done cooked him so bad, man.
Hey,
he
listen,
got
listen,
red
man.
hot chili pepper on him right now.
Listen. Caitlin Clark, she's playing worse than the numbers even show. You know why? Because she's only averaging 17 points, but like 90 something percent of her shots are threes. You know, the 3-point is the ultimate equalizer, because guess what? Say you shoot every 2-3 you make, that's 6 points. You have to make 3 baskets to make up for that. So the more threes you make, the more twos you have to score to make up the points. So you could shoot, you could only make 5 shots from the court and still have 15 points. Whereas to get 15 points by shooting 2, you have to shoot almost double the shots.
And Angel Reese is getting that out the mud.
Hold on, Mo. She's 13th in scoring. You know that, right?
See,
At
that's
17
it.
Because
points a game,
she's
right?
shooting. That's why.
Hold on.
Oh my.
Hold
goodness.
on.
Oh my.
Hold on for a minute. CC is shooting 33%, right? If you look at the USA Olympics team,
Oh my
only
goodness. See,
only
stop,
Sabrina,
man. Stop.
only
Stop.
Sabrina shoots a better 3-point percentage than CC.
Listen what I'm saying.
What's the United States Olympic team's record?
This is what they won.
They're 4-0. I mean,
Yeah,
that's because of Brianna and Asia.
Yeah. They dominate.
Oh,
but
listen.
Anyways, we're going off topic. Going back to the CC thing. What I'm saying is, regardless of who shoots what or whatever the thing is, the 3-point is the ultimate equalizer, because you have to make less of them to have the same amount of points as if you was just shooting 2s. That's one of the main reasons why she shoots 90-something% of her shots are 3s. So she doesn't have to make all of them to still have the same. So you look and say, oh yeah, she's what, 7th in scoring or whatever the hell that is, but she's doing it because she's jacking up all these 3s. She's not shooting a good percentage. So she's only being bailed out by the extra point she gets for making a 3.
And you know what they say, Israel?
That's what I'm trying to say.
You know what they say,
she's playing
Israel?
worse than, if you just look at the numbers, you're like, oh shoot, 17 points a game, she's doing good. But when you look at how she's getting those 17 points, you're like, nah, that's bad.
And you know what they say, Israel?
Right.
If you throw enough mud on the wall, it's gonna stick, right?
Exactly. Come on, man. She took 217 threes.
But for Hootie Mac to pull out that stat, man, I find that, alarming.
But that's how you could tell people don't really watch the games, because I got that
11 mid-range games.
And I'm not even a Caitlin Clark fan, so I don't watch every single Indiana Fever game. But I watch. I watch it because you're a fan. But I just watch enough to see. When I watch her play, I'm like, hold up. Even when I used to watch the Iowa games, I used to be like, hold up. She used to do the same thing in Iowa. Like, a lot of people don't.
That was a great equalizer at Iowa, because she was hitting them threes at a high clip.
Not like people was making it seem. If you look at her shooting percentage from back then, it wasn't that much better.
She was taking a lot. She was a high volume shooter.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you take enough, it
something gonna stick.
It has the fact that you're not shooting it well. That's why I'm like, why are they comparing it to Steph Curry? Steph Curry shoots over 40% for like years.
Yeah.
She does. When the last time Clayton Clark shot over 40% from 3? She doesn't shoot that. She's not a great shooter. She just shoots it a lot. That's why I said she's like a James Harden. James Harden is not a great shooter. He just shoots a lot.
Hold on. What's the WNBA average for threes? 35%, right?
We're not talking about what's the NBA average for 3? 33 at 33%. Steph Curry shoots like 40-something% all the damn time. That's irrelevant.
Man, hey,
what I'm talking about is
Israel. Stop, man. You keep getting cooked, man. You keep making yourself look bad, man.
No, I'd rather her shoot the threes. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather her shoot the threes.
Yes, you'd rather shoot the threes, so that she could get bailed out by that extra point. So,
of course.
So somebody like you could go to the numbers and be like, well, look, she's averaging 17 points a game, and she's like 7th in the league in scoring.
Man,
but how is she getting those points? Y'all want to look at how Angel Reese getting her rebounds? Oh, she getting all these rebounds, but how is she getting the rebounds? That's her own miss. Who the hell cares with how she's getting a rebound?
That's not me. Well, that's not me. I mean, listen, I love Angel Reese.
Listen, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying people were saying that.
Yeah.
But it does make it, even though what they were saying was not true, because she's leading the league in offensive rebounds, and she's averaging like 5 a game. But she's averaging 12 rebounds a game. So where's the other 7 rebounds coming? 7-8 rebounds coming from?
It's stat pattern.
On the defense. Yeah, on the defense.
Exactly. So that don't even make sense. But just saying, if it was like that,
it's from the teams letting her get rebounds. That's where it's coming from.
People was caring how. Yes, exactly. People care how she gets her rebounds. So why shouldn't people also care about how Caitlin is getting her points?
Edward T made up a great point. Angel had 25 points on the Fever, all in the paint.
Yeah, she did. Well, yeah, down in free throws. Yeah, yeah, she did.
Nat, see how you
No,
you
I'm,
threw
I'm
that in
just
there.
no.
You see how
No.
you threw that in the free
No,
throws.
no,
You see how
no,
you threw
no.
that in there?
Yeah. And the free throw, which was low because she shot what 10 for 13.
I
So
think she was. I think she was 11 for 13 from that game. I think.
yeah, 11 for 13. So 22 of her points came from not from the free throw line. She only got 3 points.
Hard work,
You see what I'm saying?
hustle.
Simply
It's
ball
hard
dropping
work.
is right,
Hustle.
man. They just be throwing all this crazy stuff out
Well,
here. They
hold
didn't
on,
even
hold
watch,
on, hold on,
they didn't even watch
hold
the
on,
game.
hold on, hold on.
And the
Hold
three
up. So
point
hold
and
on,
the free
guys. Hold
throw.
on. Let me address this. King Mike Jacko said context is key. 16 points ain't nothing but 3 3-pointers and 6 free throws. That's Caitlin Clark.
No, but hey, King,
Exactly.
hold on. Hey, King, hold on, King. You got to remember something. In the WNBA, it's only a 40-minute game. It's not 48 minutes. All
Caitlin
right,
Clark plays all 40.
so no,
Yes, she
I
does.
guess
Yes, she
that's not
does.
true either. Just Google it.
Hey,
I mean, like you
no,
said,
no,
just
Google
Google
it.
it.
Look how much. Yo, I've never seen a game
What
where
does that?
she got taken out. And the only game I seen that got taken out, people went crazy.
Yeah, she threw a tantrum. She threw a
love
Especially
that.
tantrum.
them people over on Black and White Sports. He
Oh
done
my.
lost his mind because he got taken out of the game for like 2
Oh
minutes.
yes.
Yeah, he's the
Yes.
Minutes.
biggest idiot in the world. He's the
2
biggest idiot
minutes.
in the
Hey,
world.
hey guys, look, check this out, man. We got to wrap this one up, man.
All right.
We on the graveyard shift now. We 3 hours in, man.
Oh
But
man,
I'm gonna get, man. This been a great show, man. This been a
nah,
great show.
nah,
Mo
it's been a
3,
great show.
man. I appreciate you coming up,
Yeah,
dropping
yeah.
gems. Thomas, as
Hey,
always,
I watch you
doing
all
your
the
thing. Woody Matt, appreciate you coming up doing your thing. Israel, man, it's been a pleasure, man. Don't y'all
No doubt.
guys go hide. So
Likewise.
when I go live, anytime y'all want to come up on the panel, the link will be there. But Israel, let me get your final thoughts, man, before we get up out of here.
All right. Listen, this was a great show. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say, at this moment, Angel Reese and CC is tied just because of the record for Rookie of the Year, and hopefully in the second half, CC will put it through for me. I hope, because if not,
Okay.
oh man, I'm gonna hear it from y'all. That's for sure.
Well, hey, great conversation, Israel, man. Salute
Yeah.
to you, my brother, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Likewise, my brother. Likewise.
All right, Mo 3. What's your final thoughts, man?
Yeah, I watch your show all the time, but I'm usually I'm hearing you when you call people up. They say, "Oh, I'm on my PC and this
Yeah.
and that." So I just came into the show on my PC to let you know that it is possible, and they straight capping. They
Yeah,
just don't want to
I
come. They
know.
just don't want to come.
I call them keyboard hoes.
They just don't want to come. But
Yeah.
yeah, this was and some of the things I saw in the comments, I was just like, "Oh man, this is egregious." So
Yeah.
I had to come on here and
It's
see. Like, hold
baffling.
up.
It's
You know,
baffling. But man, like I said, man, I appreciate you, Mo 3. Great call, man. Salute to you, my brother, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, anytime that we do a live show, man, you're more than welcome to come up on the panel and drop your basketball knowledge, drop your gems, man, and give the chat what they're here for, man. We talking basketball. It's no hate, man. We just critiquing players, man. But much love, my brother. Salute.
all right.
All
See you
right,
later.
Thomas, man, what you got, man?
Man, I'm gonna keep it short. I wish Israel didn't leave because he left us on a cliffhanger. Because my man said that the NBA is 48 minutes and the WNBA is 40 minutes. Like that means anything? What was that?
The thing about Israel, he does a lot of deflecting, right? So, like Woody Mack said, I had him in the trick bag earlier when he was by himself, right? He gets off. And see, when Mo 3 started, cooking him, he kind of got, and then when Woody Mack was pulling up the facts on him, he ain't got nowhere to run, man.
Nah, but he, I mean,
He made
what
some
you
valid
call-
points though.
Yeah, for sure. He's what you call rational.
Mm.
Like, and that's you know what I'm saying? Like people who just love the game. Like again, I ain't got no beef with Caitlin Clark. I rock with her. Every shot she throw up look
Exactly.
like it's going in.
I would love to see her do more.
Yeah,
That's all
with
I'm
her.
saying.
I rock with Angel Reese. I love the WNBA as a whole. That's how I look at it. But
Yeah.
yeah, like as far as like these fanatics, he's very rational. But when you start pressing him on things, he just run, and I'm like, He like what? She played like James Harden. Well, the NBA is 48 minutes and the WNBA is 40 minutes. What the
Hey.
fuck? What is that, bro?
Mo 3 had him doing the retreat dribble.
Man said the schedule. She had the worst schedule. She's the most. Man, here's the thing. Caitlin Clark has the most nationally televised games in WNBA history. That's just a fact.
That's what she wanted, right?
It is what it is. It's good for the game.
Yeah.
Whether she played good or bad, it's good for the game. Caitlin Clark ain't going nowhere. Angel Reese ain't going nowhere. It's good for the game. Hopefully the game continues to grow because what's coming down the pipeline, Juju Watkins and come on, man, it's finna be
Paige
crazy.
Beckers.
Paige Beckers is way better than, I don't say way better, but a lot better than Caitlin.
Sure.
I think Juju is too. Juju got she got the complete game.
Yeah. Juju is definitely, yeah.
Juju got the complete game.
The reason I brought Paige up is because before Paige was Caitlin before Caitlin was Caitlin.
Yeah.
They're in the same class and she was
it wasn't for them bad knees.
If she didn't get injured and have to sit out the whole season, that's how Caitlin Clark rose up because she filled the void that Paige Beckers left.
Paige Becker, Paige Becker had a lot of steam. She had a lot of steam.
She won all the awards. Every award that you could win, she won all of them in that same year.
You heard what Gino Auriemma said. He caused the stir when he said Paige Beckers was the best in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
and you know how all them Caitlin Clark fans, they came after him. So
that was after the game that she laid the smackdown on Juju.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But hey, guys, great call, man. Great call, man. Chat, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all the comments, man. Y'all had me cracking up, man. Hey, Mo 3. Man, you get the guest of the night, man. You turned it upside down tonight, man. I don't know what. Hey, I don't think Israel coming back. I don't think Israel coming back, man. But I hope he does, man, because like I said, he made some valid points, man. But you had him in the retreat dribble. He would get in the lane and back out, even though he had a wide open shot. He just didn't want to take it. He'd take it all the way back down court. But
now he was shooting them Caitlin Clark mid ranges,
man, and that wasn't many. And that wasn't many.
For sure.
But yeah, guys, great call, man, and I appreciate you guys, man. Salute to the chat. And like I said, I've always, man, got my shooters ready. So, man, this is gonna wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Man, we're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping
Salute,
Podcast.
Chat.
Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.